and a little bit of
In the
that.
air. Right center field. Weimer back. So is Frelick jumping and making
The
a catch.
Brewers look to keep the good times rolling as they set their hooks on the Marlins in the Brew City. Our Milwaukee-Miami radio coverage gets underway beginning at 6 o'clock tonight. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 6 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Tuesday, September 12th, our top story, the future of the Mitchell Park Domes, once again on the table.
I'm Eric Bilstead. It only lasted 4 snaps.
I'm Brandon Snide. Woody delivers a masterpiece in Milwaukee.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Everything's looking really good out on the roads right now. We've got really no major incidents up on the board, and travel times are looking great. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic.
Partly cloudy in your Storm Team forecast with a chance of showers this afternoon and evening. High of just 66 degrees. Chance of a shower tonight, mostly cloudy, low down to 54. Right now we're at just 57 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Milwaukee County leaders set to provide an update on the future of Milwaukee's Mitchell Park Domes. Milwaukee County Parks Department, which manages the domes, will present a final report about next potential steps for the domes, which will consider multiple proposals, including demolishing all or some of the 3 domes. The issue, part of a larger discussion of the future of the county park system. Back in 2021, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reported because of growing costs outpacing the county's annual revenue, the county could run out of property tax money to support park services by as soon as 2027.
Decision Wisconsin. The state Senate could vote on the future of the head of the Wisconsin Elections Commission as soon as Thursday. A GOP-led Senate committee voted 3-1 by paper ballot against the reappointment of Administrator Megan Wolf. Now, the move clears the way for a vote by the full state Senate later this week. The removal will likely prompt a court battle over who leads the state's election system. This comes months before the beginning of the 2024 presidential campaign season.
The Aaron Rodgers Jets era lasted 4 snaps.
I cannot believe this.
Peyton Manning on ESPN after Rodgers was sacked, taken off the field on a cart. ABC's Lionel Moyes.
Jets coach Robert Saleh says Rodgers will get an MRI today, but Saleh says he fears Rodgers suffered an Achilles injury which would end his season.
MRI is probably going to confirm what we think is already going to happen, so prayers tonight, but it's not good. I heard for Aaron and how much he's invested in all of this. We're still going to hold out hope, but my heart's with Aaron right now.
The injury silenced a crowd that had been anticipating Rodgers' Big Apple debut, coming from Green Bay after 18 seasons, where he won a Super Bowl and 4 MVP awards.
And they didn't even need him. The Bills won anyway, 22-16.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is in Eastern...
Jets, I'm sorry. Let me clarify. Jets beat the Bills, 22-16.
So the Jets won.
The Jets won.
In
That's
overtime.
what I meant.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in eastern Russia, where he's expected to hold a summit talk in a few days with President Putin.
The rare meeting takes place amid growing concerns over a possible arms deal between Russia and North Korea. Kim Jong-un and his entourage arrived in Russia Tuesday morning on his train that set off Pyongyang last Sunday. This is Kim's first visit to Russia in nearly 4.5 years and Kim's first trip abroad since the COVID-19 outbreak. Pyongyang has been seeking to bolster military ties with Moscow as the security cooperation grows stronger among the U.S., Japan, and South Korea. Hakkyung Kate Lee, ABC News, Seoul.
Uline is set to make a $3 million donation to encourage building homes in the city of Kenosha. The number of homes being built is declining in southeast Wisconsin. Milwaukee Business Journal's Mark Cass telling WTMJ the donation is actually in Uline's best interest.
What is this whole idea again? I'm trying to allow workers to live near where they work because it just makes it easier. As we try to have all these jobs filled, this has to happen more and more.
Uline's warehouse just off of I-94 in Pleasant Prairie employs more than 3,700 people.
Coming up, could it be curtains for the lightning cable?
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:04.
Did you know that the brownie was invented in Chicago for the World's Fair? It's true. Discover the Chicago neighborhoods and stories you didn't know about on a Chicago food and city tour. Enjoy a delicious brownie and all of the other Chicago-style dishes on our Iconic Foods of Chicago tour. Immerse yourself in our culturally rich neighborhood tours of Chinatown and Pilsen. Or explore the best of Restaurant Row on a West Loop tour, perfect for food lovers. Meet us in Chicago for your next weekend getaway. Book your tours at chicagofoodtours.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as a community bank, we sincerely appreciate our customer loyalty. Over nearly 90 years, we've done all we can to return the favor. Great Midwest Bank offers flexible solutions that bigger banks and credit unions simply can't, because our entire team is right here in the community. We love helping our neighbors when we're at work and then catching up over the weekend. Visit us at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Ask Hassellus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
No questions. I know your game, mattress boy.
What?
I ask one teensy question, and you pounce and pressure me to buy a mattress you want me to buy, not one that I need to buy.
But
you salespeople are all alike. What are you looking for? Do you like your mattress soft or firm? I don't know!
Well, you know.
Just back off, man!
Hassellus mattress showrooms are employee-free.
So I can
try and buy with no pushy sales guy.
Which means
way low prices on Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, and Serta Perfect Sleeper.
And
now through Monday, we'll give you an additional $200 off in instant savings.
$200 off.
Beauty Rest, Serta Perfect Sleeper, or Sealy Posturepedic.
No commission crazy salespeople?
Plus free next day delivery.
Okay then, I do have a question.
Shoot.
Where have you been my whole life?
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hassellus.com.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. We won't stop fighting for you and your family. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:06.
And we could have used a couple of those runs Sunday afternoon. Brewers roll in a shutout. Brandon Snide has sports at 6:15.
9/11 ceremonies took place throughout the country yesterday on the 22nd anniversary of those attacks. Now a professor in Wisconsin working on resources for teachers for teaching that tragic day.
Education professor at UW-Madison, Jeremy Stoddard, tells WTMJ how his teaching guide for 9/11 came about.
Here's a model that we can do today, 20-some years later, knowing that the textbook versions of these events aren't necessarily accurate and were written with the assumption that people would remember it still.
Stoddard worked on the guide with his colleague and dean of the ed school, Diana Hess, surveying teachers on how they taught the subject as part of the research.
Teachers who were teaching at the time or who were, say, in high school and college have these really strong, visceral feelings still, and that's one of the things that they want to get across to students.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Southridge Mall, a staple shopping center in the area, but leaders in Greendale worry that it could soon become irrelevant. Stephanie Sigelski is of the International Council of Shopping Centers, says malls need to change to keep up with the times.
The malls who have brought in a lot of extra dining, extra entertainment, not just your classic food court of the 1980s and 90s, are doing well.
Village of Greendale actually owns the Boston store and has plans to redevelop that. They've got a residential proposal that they are trying to develop.
Big day today. Apple set to release the latest iPhone, and it will likely come with a major change.
It's been a while since Apple has made major changes to the iPhone, says 9 to 5 Mac lead editor Chance Miller.
The 12 to the 13 and the 13 to the 14 have all been relatively insignificant.
But this year's iPhone 15 is set to buck the trend. Biggest update is expected to be the charging port, which will now use a USB-C cable.
Which means you'll need a new charging cable to charge your phone for the first time in a decade.
Miller says the move brings the iPhone in line with the charging setup on the Mac and the iPad, as well as other non-Apple tech devices. Mike Dubosky, ABC News.
So you need to buy more stuff in order to use the
more
new phone.
More dongles, more dinguses, more whatever you call them.
It's always a thing to buy.
I don't even know what number phone I have. Do you know?
I think I'm at 13.
That's what I thought. I'm like, or is it 11? Or is it 13? I know it's not 14.
I mean, I know it's working.
I'm fine with it. 6:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Looking to do something new with your savings? Get old with a money market account from Old National Bank and earn a 5.15% annual percentage yield. Whatever you're saving for, Old National is here to put your money to work today. Earn 5.15% APY with our 9-month introductory money market offer valid through September 30th, 2023. To earn the promotional rate, account must be funded with a minimum of $10,000 out on deposit at Old National as of July 31st, 2023 within 15 days of account opening. Learn more at oldnational.com or visit a local banking center today. Member FDIC. Old National Bank. Get old.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, a group of doctors I trusted with my knee surgery. The pain was real and options were important. My experience with each doctor was thorough, the appointments were timely, always close and easy access to the building. My mom felt the same way, I know, when she went there for her physical therapy appointments at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. I trusted their surgical team for my knee surgery, and I know they'll take care of you the way they did my mom and me. Make an appointment at orthowisconsin.com.
Make pulled pork sandwiches your game day favorite. Natural pork shoulder roasts are just $1.99 per pound all this week at Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Let's have a good day today, Deb.
Sounds like a plan.
We earned one yesterday.
Yes, much better than yesterday. Everything's dry at least. No accidents up on the board right now. We do have one broken down vehicle on 894 eastbound right about at Forest Home, but really it is out of traffic, so it's not really causing too much of an issue. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, a mix of cloud cover and maybe some sunshine by the afternoon. Temperatures today topping out in mid-60s. It's mainly dry for our Tuesday until another round of some scattered showers arrives late this evening and into the overnight hours. With the cloud cover tonight, lows will dip back into the mid-50s. Outside of an early shower on our Wednesday, it becomes more sunny, highs in the mid-60s. Mostly sunny for Thursday, highs in the low to mid-70s. Sunny and warm for Friday, a high of 76, and a slight chance of a shower by Saturday, partly sunny with a high of 74. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Our temp at 57 right now.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
Coming up on 6:12 this Tuesday morning, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is in Russia this morning. North Korean state media calling it a, quote, official visit. He is set to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. I don't know if that's today, E.
I think in the coming days. Russia's a big place.
He's not close to Moscow. I'll tell you that. More on that in a moment. Should we talk about the train at all?
I think you have to bring up the train.
All right, let's do business first. These two dictators apparently think they can help each other. Our U.S. State Department is trolling President Putin ahead of the meeting.
Not only has he failed to achieve his goals on the battlefield, but you see him traveling across his own country, hat in hand, to beg Kim Jong-un for military assistance.
Ooh, State Department spokesman Matthew Miller there. So this is about weapons. Russia is, at least for now, engaged in conventional warfare with Ukraine, meaning non-nuclear. And apparently they're running out of the basics. And you've heard this on the Ukrainian front as well. What's Ukraine asking for? Shells, bombs, conventional weapons, right? Yep. And the same thing on the Russian side. According to U.S. intelligence, and by reading into this meeting, Putin needs traditional weapons as his stockpiles are depleted. Kim Jong-un in North Korea, since all they're really engaged in is a Cold War with the West and with their Asian allies, or Asian adversaries, South Korea, Japan, they're not actually actively bombing anyone. They're not shelling anyone. They're just launching ballistic missiles into the sea. So he needs the tech. Kim Jong-un and North Korea need like nuclear support. They need advanced weapon systems. They need to further develop their computerized things. They've got plenty of conventional weapons, apparently, again, because they're not using any. So no doubt these two can help each other if the terms of what's being needed here are as laid out. Now, as for the train. Kim Jong-un, for an assortment of reasons.
What was that? That was natural sound of the train?
Yeah, that's the real no. He didn't travel much. He last left the country to visit Russia in 2019.
Right.
Travels in this armored train. I mean, it's Tuesday. He left Pyongyang Sunday. So it's not particularly fast. Obviously, you could get there, hop, skip, and a jump on a plane. Mm-hmm. I don't know why he doesn't fly. He has, it's not like a flying phobia or anything like that. He historically has flown.
Is riding a train safer than flying if he thought that he was in danger?
Train is said to be armored, certainly, and apparently quite luxurious, too. A CNN reporter who'd been on that train years ago said in his experience the windows were boarded shut, so any journalist couldn't look outside at the desolation of the North.
Right.
The interior is said to be plushed and decked out from car to car, live music, fine dining.
Ooh.
Like he's really traveling. It's the Air Force One of the rails.
No wonder he's taking his time.
Right? Why not? What else you got to do? The two states share, Russia and North Korea do share a border in the far southeast of Russia. It's more than 5,000 miles from Moscow. So pretty sure Putin is going to fly.
Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
RJ Schinner has several Toshiba copier printers from James Imaging Systems. IT manager Gabe Colasari.
The reason why for James Imaging is their responsiveness, dedication, knowledge of the product, and they always make sure that the customer is taken care of.
The kind of customer service you'd expect from a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed office technology company like James Imaging Systems.
We actually have a high-end printing machine on site, so we produce our own catalogs, so we need the support to handle that.
James Imaging Systems, better document imaging technology, better service.
When we've got a problem, we're able to call in and get it rectified or corrected without any issues.
Gabe, any advice to other local businesses?
Contact James. They'll take care of you.
James Imaging Systems, reliable document imaging technology, extraordinary local service. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
At Staples, school savings are always in session, from art supplies and essentials to the latest tech. In stock and priced low. School on, save on at your local Staples store.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
Monday Night Football getting underway for the 2023 NFL season. Aaron Rodgers leading the Jets out of the tunnel, and it would be, unfortunately, a short night for the four-time MVP, only lasting 4 snaps on offense before going down with an apparent ankle injury following a sack. Head coach Robert Saleh. That's right. Head coach Robert Saleh delivering the news on the postgame with an update for number 8.
All right, I'll deal with the quarterback real quick. Concerned with his Achilles. MRI is probably going to confirm what we think is already going to happen, so prayers tonight, but it's not good.
I don't want to go on the cart.
On the carts?
On the
cart. I don't want to go on
Did any of you guys watch
No
it?
one wants to go on the cart.
I turned it out. It was like 7:20. I'm like, I got to pop on the game and see what happens with number 12 or number 8.
So I was at my son's football game out in Kenosha last night. I had it on my phone watching it, and he went down, and I thought, I just didn't see anything. It didn't look...
No, it wasn't a brutal hit by any means.
Didn't look like the ankle rolled or his knee buckled or anything. Didn't look anything. And then when they said the cart came out, I was like, it's not good.
I don't want to go on the cart.
If it's his Achilles, like it sounds like it is, what is that? He's done.
That's
right,
a
for the
year minimum. Yeah.
Wow.
So he would miss all of next year's training camp if
Can't
he comes
be
back.
like an Achilles strain or something like that.
I don't think so.
Exploded.
He was in an air cast on a cart last night, getting taken to an X-ray. So obviously it affects the Green Bay Packers. The Packers looking at a potential second-round pick at worst. Now Aaron Rodgers had to play at least 65% of the snaps this season. That is obviously in jeopardy. That MRI today is to confirm that extent of the injury. We should know at some point later today. The Jets, though, there was a game played, guys. The Jets did go on and win.
They won anyway.
A walk-off punt return for a touchdown. But if you're a New York fan, you could probably care less about what was going on last night. Over to baseball. After returning home from a 6-game road trip, the Brewers got back to business with the bats, thanks in large part to a new addition to the lineup.
First pitch to Donaldson. It's a ground ball past the diving shortstop Wendell and into left center. Santana will score. On his way to third is Adames. It's an RBI single for Josh Donaldson, and the Brewers have a 3-0 lead.
Donaldson making his debut with Milwaukee with an RBI single there in the third inning. As great as it was for the offense, this one was all about Brandon Woodruff. Woody helping deliver Milwaukee's first complete game shutout since 2021, and the National League Central leading Brewers offense collected a season-high 17 hits in a 12-0 victory over the Miami Marlins. Speaking after the game, Woody giving credit to good vibes and a new teammate.
There was just some good energy today, got a new teammate in Josh Donaldson, and I think that we all know what kind of career he has had, and I think he's going to be a great asset to our team. And, we knew that we played good enough to win yesterday. We just didn't come out on top. And we've been playing good baseball, and but that wasn't in the back of my mind. I was just trying to go out and give the team a chance to win, and it just cards fell in place tonight.
Brewers looking to keep the good times rolling with Game 2 of 4 coming from American Family Field tonight. That coverage gets underway, of course, right here on WTMJ at 6 p.m.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:19.
Hey, Wisconsin, winter is right around the corner. Get your house ready before the cold hits. WTMJ's Jeff Wagner here for Wagner's Home Improvement Showcase, brought to you by senior real estate specialists Bruce and Jean Nemovitz. Hair Construction, Current Electric, Outdoor Living Unlimited, and Kohler Services. Join us every week to discuss ways to weatherproof your home here on News Radio 620 WTMJ. If you can't catch us live, visit Wagner's Home Improvement Showcase under Features on WTMJ.com.
Brighten up your Monday or your Tuesday with a free dinner at the Fox and Hounds. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the Fox and Hounds. Recently voted the best supper club in the area. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free. Order your favorite steak, the pecan-crusted salmon, seafood, pasta, big fresh salad, even steak and lobster. Get one free. Buy one, get one free. Desserts are also buy one, get one free. 100 wines, 20 bourbons, a Manhattan or old-fashioned with a great beer selection will accent your dinner. The Fox and Hounds, tucked right into the Kettle Moraine Forest. There's nothing else like it. Have a drink in the beer garden in the woods. I love the beer garden. It's beautiful. It's relaxing. The scenery is spectacular. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the beautiful Holy Hill Shrine. As the seasons begin to change, the drive alone is gorgeous. A must-see for Southeast Wisconsin. Check it out. Enjoy a quiet, free dinner tonight at the Fox and Hounds. Tables still open. Come on in. No reservations required. One of my favorite places and recently voted the best supper club in the area. It's the Fox and Hounds. Reservations available at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
Hi, this is Julie Coombs and Cindy Storm Fisher with Storm Fisher Investment Group. Are you a retiring professional worried about the direction of our economy, about making your money last? Come see what we can do for you. Let us show you how we take care of you to help you have a great retirement. We are at 262-796-8400 or stormfisher.com. See you soon.
Securities offered through Securities America Inc. member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Arbor Point Advisors LLC. Storm Fisher, Arbor Point, and Securities America are separate entities.
Traffic is sponsored by SB Framing Gallery, Milwaukee's distinctive archival framing.
SB Framing Gallery in the 3rd Ward can enhance and protect your artwork for generations. Framing pieces with archival and distinctive design. Learn more at sbframinggallery.com.
Let's check in with Debbie here at 621.
All right, looking pretty good right now. Not seeing too many delays out there. Volume is relatively light, but building. And no incidents, really, so we are in good shape. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy is your storm team forecast for today. Chance of showers this afternoon and evening with a chance of showers. Mostly cloudy and a low down to 54 tonight. Today's high only 66 degrees. Right now at 57.
Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days.
At 622 in Wisconsin's Morning News. This Tuesday morning, Kelly Herbst. We talk with her every other week. She's the founder of Milwaukee with Kids, MKEwithkids.com. Live with us on the Tri-County Contracting Hotline this morning. Morning, Kelly.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. All back to school now. Kids are back in school. Since we have this time with you, I wanted to ask you about something that anecdotally I'm hearing about. So maybe it's, all things seem really relevant when people are telling us stories. But in a number of parents that I've talked to, and talking with my own kids, others, everybody is talking about kids being mean this year and the bullying at school. I don't know if that's something that's come up in your house, if we flipped a switch somewhere, not that it hasn't been a problem before, but I've had multiple parents tell me either stories about their own kids or others that they're hearing about that bullying is bad this year.
Oh, man. So like you said, it's such an anecdotal thing, but I feel like certainly over the last few years, it was like maybe it was like everyone coming out of the pandemic. I don't know what it is, but it's something that, we parents, we do have, we can help, right? We can help our kids to be kinder, more empathetic people. And I think it starts at home. It starts with us, right?
Yeah, and it's so hard as a parent, too, if your kid comes home telling a story about something that happened to him or her on the bus, or I wasn't allowed to sit at this lunch table or whatever. First of all, your heart breaks. Next, you go into Mama Bear, Papa Bear, you want to fix it. But that's not always the right thing either. How do you start that conversation with the kids?
Yeah, well, I mean, when anytime so I've had both, right? So my kids have been on the receiving end and the giving end, right? I mean, I think that's a natural part of life. Mm-hmm. You're going to get people are going to be mean, and then you're going to have times where you get the call and your kid was mean, so but when they come home and someone was mean to them, I really try not to be the parent who's like calling the school right away at that first issue. I really try to just talk with the kids about how they can how they can walk through this when they go to school the next day. Think about what happened leading up to it. Think about, just try to walk them through their own feelings. Let them feel upset. It's okay. Sometimes I think we think there has to be this answer. It's okay that they're upset for a little while. And being close with their family and sitting with their family during these hard times and just, then laughing or whatever, having good times at home, these are the things that they have to walk through. There isn't sometimes a solution, and I think sometimes we have to sit with that.
I think that's the unfortunate part about it. I think you're right, Kelly, especially with the solution aspect. Yes, I do think there are times when the school can do something or a teacher can do something, but that's a lot to ask, too, for teachers to keep their radar up all the time, to be able to pick out something like that, to be able to stop something, to prevent something, to be proactive, to prevent something from happening before it gets worse. It's just there's a lot of factors involved.
Right. I mean, of course, when something is repeated and
right.
Of course there are times where you have to bring the school in. But I'm just saying on those kind of typical kids are being mean to other kids kind of a thing, we this is an opportunity for you as a family then to reflect on, okay, how do we treat others? You can't control how others treat you. You can control how you treat others, how you react, and what you do in those situations. And I think it's an important opportunity, and it's one we have to take advantage of when they come up.
On that point, you did allude to it. No parent wants to think my kid's the mean one, but that's an important conversation to have as well. Expectations of us as a family about how you behave towards other people.
Oh, my goodness, absolutely. And start reflecting, too. Anytime my kids do something that I'm, annoyed with or don't want them to do or whatever, I'm thinking, okay, what did I do? So, what behavior did I model that they're mimicking now?
Yeah.
And I really try to look in the mirror, and I think it's a useful thing. But yeah, when there have been a couple times in the last several years where I got a call from the school for different kids, and it wasn't just a conversation at home. Those times, one time I went to the school and I picked my kid up for lunch, and it was it wasn't a big deal, right? But it was to me because I didn't want him being the kid who was unkind. So I ended up picking him up from school, taking him out to lunch, and we talked about it. He knew this was something that was not, do you know what I mean? I made it a big deal. This is not going to happen again. This was not something that was okay. So, just setting your expectation and sticking to it and following through.
I really appreciate your perspective, Callie. Good to talk to you.
Bye-bye.
Callie Herbst, the founder of Milwaukee with Kids, MKEwithkids.com. 6:27 on Wisconsin's Morning News. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up about 87 points to 34,664. The NASDAQ in trading on Monday closed at 13,918. That was up more than 1%. And the S&P 500 at 4487, up about 30 points. For a deeper dive of the markets, listen to the Annex Wealth Management SWAT podcast wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek telling you about the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. It's the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. It's a state-of-the-art facility providing doggy daycare, boarding, and professional grooming services all on site. Hang out with your dog or without and enjoy time at their indoor-outdoor tavern connected to the dog park. Fun, happy, clean, and safe. They even have trained handlers on site at all times. Visit thehoundsandtap.com for more details. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
Out with the old. Ken Michaels Furniture and Milwaukee Mattress is having a tent sale. Save 20% on floor model mattresses. Shop discounted items at 50 to 70% off. Get closeout deals on area rugs. All furniture on the floor is marked down. If you want spectacular discounts on the best furniture you'll ever own, stop into Ken Michaels Furniture on Capitol Drive in Brookfield and Highway 100 in Greenfield today. Tent sale ends soon. Do you love the simplicity and enduring quality of Scandinavian design? Then the tent sale at Ken Michaels Furniture is for you. Inspired by tradition and built to last, Fjords brings the best modern Norwegian furniture design to your home. Save 20% on these ergonomic recliners engineered with comfort in mind. Available with manual or power options. Stop into Ken Michaels Furniture on Capitol Drive in Brookfield and Highway 100 in Greenfield. Sale ends soon.
When it's time for a new lawnmower,
Buying local is important. Purchasing one from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment means you're well taken care of after the sale. Their knowledgeable staff handles the warranty and parts, can answer all of your questions, and is available to do tune-ups and repairs. Check out the impressive line of lawnmowers on display at the Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment showroom in Muskego. And tune in to the Fix-It Show this Saturday morning at 7, when an expert from Olson's will answer all your power equipment questions.
When you're due for tire service, visit richlawns.com for the location nearest you.
We'll give you a free flat tire repair on every tire we install. No questions asked. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're due for service.
Rich Lawns.
Wisconsin's Morning News National Anthem is powered by Weniger Compressor, putting the I Can in American. The 4-H Showcase Singers.
Having a problem now. Northbound on 41, we've got at Burleigh, the left lane blocked with a multi-car accident. Delays are already stretching back to Swan Boulevard, and they'll get worse as well. So just be prepared for a bit of a backup through that area. Rest of the system looks okay. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Will be continued cool today for your Tuesday. High of 67, low 50s overnight, heading into another day in the mid-60s tomorrow. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts. And today, Milwaukee County leaders set to provide another update on the future of Milwaukee's Mitchell Park domes. The County Parks Department, which manages the landmarks, will present a final report about next steps for the domes, which will consider multiple proposals, including demolishing all or some of the three facilities. The issue part of a larger discussion on the future of the county park system. Back in 2021, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reported that because growing costs were outpacing the county's annual revenue, the county could run out of property tax money to support park services as soon as 2027. A debate over pronouns in the Whitnall School District. Under a policy proposed by the school board, parents would determine the names and pronouns teachers should refer to their children by. The meeting held on the matter Monday was tense from the start and included public comment from the community.
The school has the responsibility and transparency to notify me if my child is using a different name or pronoun than their assigned birth name and gender.
As a resident and father of a Whitnall student, I am concerned because this action would take away rights from an already marginalized and unprotected group.
Ultimately, the school board postponed voting on the proposal. With new COVID-19 strains starting to circulate, new boosters are rolling out.
Infectious disease expert at Aurora Health, Dr. Robert Citronberg, breaks down what's in the new boosters.
The only thing that differs in the new vaccines compared to the original vaccines is the strain of the virus that's used to create the vaccine.
To keep up with the new strains, Dr. Citronberg says a booster could be like any other shot.
I think this is the first year where you'll just see annual updates in the COVID vaccine. So, go every fall, you go get your COVID shot and your flu shot.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
And it was a short outing for new Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers, making it just 4 snaps into his game against the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football before suffering what the Jets fear is an Achilles injury that could already end his season. Head coach Robert Saleh.
Concerned with his Achilles. MRI is probably going to confirm what we think is already going to happen. So prayers tonight, but it's not good.
Those MRI results are expected soon. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts, citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time 6:34.
Coming up, they're still looking for him.
Traffic is brought to you by Crest Cadillac. Find them at crestcadillac.com. Crest Cadillac of Brookfield, located on Capitol Drive, just west of Interstate 41. Discover Crest Cadillac at crestcadillac.com.
This report is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
Alleviate your pain,
Rejuvenex arthritis clinics are in-network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, and there have been thousands of patients that have received our pain relief treatment with zero out-of-pocket expense. Our FDA-approved treatments we'll use to remedy your pain are precisely guided to its root, to provide inflammation and cushioning relief to alleviate pain. What ends up happening is you begin on a pain maintenance plan, and how committed you want to be to alleviating your pain is up to you. But at the least, you can see us semi-annually to annually to, in many cases, significantly reduce pain in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really. Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Do you check your savings account and wonder if you're even saving at all? At Town Bank, we view banking differently and actually want to see your savings grow. With our amazing new CD rates, you can now earn even more, so you can sit back and relax. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results, and start earning more. Go to townbank.us/locknewrates or visit a Town Bank branch nearest you today. Bank differently with Town Bank. Member FDIC.
After a serious crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. Your future, your family's future, your quality of life. That's why knowledge and results matter in big truck cases. And not all law firms have the know-how or the resources to handle these complicated cases. At Gruberg Law Offices, we have the experience it takes to make sure you're protected. And there's never a fee until we win your case. Gruberg Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
Man, could have used just a couple of these runs the other day, but we'll take it. Brewers roll. Brandon Snide has sports at 6:45.
In Pennsylvania.
It kind of is a little scary feeling, knowing that he is only about 2-3 minutes away from the last sighting from this position.
You can hardly hear that, but that's a resident in Pennsylvania concerned now because it appears there's a heavy police presence that's been around the East Nantmeal Township in Chester County, Pennsylvania. They've been searching for this Danelle Cavalcante guy.
We are hearing that residents reported shots fired in this area, maybe 5 or 6 shots. We haven't heard anything yet, but that's what residents are reporting.
That's KYWTV reporter Aziza Schuler. So this has been going on for a couple of weeks now.
Was someone shooting at him, or was he shooting at somebody? They think he's armed now,
They do believe he's armed.
The latest images captured on doorbell video shows Cavalcante now clean-shaven, wearing different clothes. The 34-year-old convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend first broke out of prison 12 days ago, crab-walking up narrow walls to the roof to escape. Cavalcante then went to the Phoenixville area where he tried to contact a former co-worker who called local police. By the time officers showed up, he was gone.
So nothing yet from Cavalcante. They do believe he is armed. They are warning people in Chester County to lock their windows and doors, remain indoors if you can, because they've seen him on these Ring cameras now. He's got a hoodie on and looking at the camera, trying to figure out ways to either get in or get something before moving on to the next hiding spot.
And this is like straight out of Fugitive.
Yeah. Although he's not going to hospitals and trying to find the real killer.
Well, also that was Dr. Kimball, and he was innocent.
Yes, he was innocent.
This dude is not. 638 News is sponsored by Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialist. Retire well with Kowal.
A strong retirement plan should go beyond investments and savings. Hi, I'm Jeff Kowal, founder of Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialist. We know that you have sacrificed to build the life for the ones you love. Now let us help you prepare to get the most out of your lifetime of hard work for both you and your family. For over 35 years, our team of nationally recognized fiduciary advisors have helped clients manage and preserve their wealth. Our focus on retirement gives you the experience you need to preserve your principal, grow your retirement income, and pass it on to your heirs or donate to the causes you care about most. When you have $750,000 or more in retirement assets, you know that every decision matters in your path to retirement. Now is the time to make one more smart decision. Call Kowal Investment Group today at 262-522-4040. That's 262-522-4040. Or visit thekowalway.com to schedule your complimentary, no obligation retirement review.
Kowal Investment Group is a registered investment advisor.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. I've gotten chiropractic care on and off my entire life, and I'm now seeing Dr. Alex and his team at Connect Chiropractic in Wauwatosa. I've told you they do it different. One, in the way that they do the adjustments. Connect Chiropractic, they use a special tool for adjustments. It's focusing on restoring nerve and muscle function, so no twisting, no cracking, no popping. Another thing that I love about scheduling things at Connect Chiropractic, everything is done through an app right there on your phone. You can reschedule your appointment a half hour ahead of time. So like yesterday, I was actually running ahead of time. I had an appointment for later in the day. I go on the app. I'm like, let's see if I can squeeze in a little bit early. Bing, bing, bing. I'm in there.
That's a fantastic feature.
Isn't that great? Especially if you're running early.
Right.
And certainly if you're running late or, boy, I'm held up here at work. I know I'm going to be later. I don't want to leave and try to catch my appointment. Everything on the app is super simple. You can adjust your times.
That's great.
Perfect arrangement. So this is Connect Chiropractic in Wauwatosa. You can learn more about Connect Chiropractic, even schedule your first appointment. Everything online, it's goconnectchiro.com. That's goconnectchiro.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Upgrade and transform your current bathroom space with Sidex window siding and bath. The best in the business is Sidex. Free shower door upgrade when you mention WTMJ or John Mercure. They're doing our project. Old tub shower is out. New, beautiful, state-of-the-art walk-in shower is going in as we speak. Seasoned design consultants with 30 years of experience, family-owned since 1988. As a matter of fact, Joe is honoring his dad's legacy with top-tier products and expert craftsmen. It's Sidex, the best in the business. It's Sidex.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:41. And Deb, can you wait after your report? I need to ask you about something.
Okay, sure.
About the ghost.
Incidentally,
Okay.
Incidentally, you called the shutout, Vince. Now we've got an accident. It's on 41 northbound. 2 left lanes are blocked right now. Multiple cars involved. Someone from the 414 originally texted it into us, helped us out with that, so I was able to see it. So, yeah, not great. It's right about at Burleigh, just north of Center Street, technically. So be careful with that. Obviously, seeing some big delays stretching all the way back to the zoo already with that. Rest of the system actually not looking too bad. We're not seeing too many issues. We have one incident on the ramp from Holt Avenue to 4394 northbound. It is on the ramp. It's not on the main line. So something to keep in mind as well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, starting off with some cloud cover, but might see some sunshine later this afternoon. Temperatures today topping out in the mid-60s and staying dry until another round of some scattered showers arrives late this evening and into the overnight hours. With the cloud cover and rain chances tonight, lows will fall back into the mid-50s outside of an early shower on our Wednesday, becoming more sunny, high of 66. It's mostly sunny for Thursday. Highs in the low to mid-70s. Sunny and warm on Friday, a high of 76. And we'll be on the lookout for a slight chance of a shower on Saturday, partly sunny with a high of 74. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now, Milwaukee temp at 58.
There's something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters! 6:42 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Absolutely a ghost. Yes?
Well,
maybe.
I mean, it's quintessential classic from what you see on the TV shows.
So is there a way that people can watch this pancake? What do you got?
The best way you can see it is on my Twitter, which is at @D_la. But we also have a text into the talk and text line so you can see it as well. But the better video is on the Twitter. So
Pancake, what's the word on that?
Oh, we're looking for ghost, Vince.
Okay.
There you go. Ghost.
Old National Bank talk and text line is 855-616-1620. Old National Bank, get old, text the word ghost so you can play along. So Debbie's in our newsroom there. You were recording something, and then this apparition appears on your forehead and then exits stage left.
Correct. Yes. As I'm recording, I actually am using a phone to record it, so I'm seeing the screen. And what I'm recording is our daily download, which is what we give a little bit of a headline kind of a thing. We put it out on social media. So I usually give it a good space before so that I can edit it in the very beginning. So I'm sitting there smiling at the camera, and the next thing I know, I'm looking at the screen and I see this it looks like a little thread that kind of floats down past my forehead and off the screen.
So text the word lint.
No,
it's ghost.
It's got a little Tinkerbell effect.
Yeah, so I didn't see it like physically in front of me. I saw it on the screen, And then, I mean, the look on my face.
Your face is priceless.
It was like, wait a minute, what did I see?
It's so funny. Like, you're settling in. Like, here I go. You got like a little smile on your face.
I'm
You're ready to
about
record.
to open my mouth, technically. And then I see, and then I look, and because I thought maybe there might have been like a fly that flew by, or like I ended up, after I turned the video off, I looked out I've got the window into the 3rd Street Market Hall. I'm trying to see if there's anything like movement or anything, nothing reflecting. So I'm like, oh, okay, this could be interesting.
So what is the conclusion this morning?
Did not feel creepy, did not feel any cold blast of air or anything like that, and no feeling of eyes on me or anything. So, take it for whatever it is.
Any relatives contact you in the night, in your dreams?
No, not really, but,
How's your great-grandmother doing?
I'm saying hi to everybody. Grandma, grandpa, everybody, abuelas, everybody, everything's fine. So
if you have a message, send me a message.
Give me the lottery numbers.
All right. Again, you can text the word GHOST, GHOST. Let me help you. To the Old National Bank talk and text line 855-616-1620 to see Debbie's apparition here in our newsroom. Let us know if you see anything else, okay?
I will definitely let you
We're
know.
on that for you. 645, Brandon's got sports next.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. The Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is coming up, and we're getting ready. This is a great way to get involved in the community and support the 120,000 Wisconsinites living with Alzheimer's and other dementia, and the 191,000 caregivers. Learn more about the event and register your team at alz.org/walk. Join us at the Milwaukee Walk to End Alzheimer's on September 17th.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. I played sports my entire life, been hurt a lot of times, but never had been injured until I had to stop doing the sports I enjoyed because my knee flat wouldn't allow it. I visited Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, where they took great care of me. I put my knee in their doctors' capable hands, and now I'm back in the gym, carrying my golf bag, pain-free for 18 holes, and playing tennis as often as I like with no issues. I'd recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin to anyone. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Earn points every time you shop with Fleet Rewards. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Sign up today and start saving with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
Former Packers quarterback and now New York Jet Aaron Rodgers is feared to have ruptured his Achilles in the team's Week 1 win on Monday night. Rodgers, who was only 4 snaps into the game, was sacked and needed assistance to get up and was later carted off the field. Rodgers will have an MRI later today to confirm the injury. The Milwaukee Brewers brought the offense and the pitching on Monday night at home against the Miami Marlins. Woodruff delivered Milwaukee's first complete game shutout since 2021, and the NL Central leading Brewers collected a season-high 17 hits in the 12-0 victory. Milwaukee and Miami will get things going tonight in Game 2 of 4 at American Family Field. That first pitch is set for 6:40. And lastly, Kansas City Chiefs tackle Chris Jones has decided to end his holdout with the team after the two sides have reportedly agreed to a 1-year deal.
It's time for Extra Points, a sports opinion commentary on Wisconsin's morning news. Here's Brendan Snide.
The 2023 NFL season is officially here, and of course, doing what it always does, it did not take long before dominating the headlines. Former Packers quarterback and now New York Jet Aaron Rodgers led his team out of the tunnel on Monday Night Football, carrying an American flag on the night of September 11th while running out to those screaming 65,000 fans imaginably had Roger Goodell and the NFL warlords in awe for a picture-perfect night. Well, until it wasn't. 4 snaps in, the season for the New York Jets and maybe a career for a future Hall of Famer was ended thanks in large part to an ongoing debate for many years. Artificial turf versus natural grass. Since 2015, according to a recent study, non-contact injuries on that artificial turf have steadily and rapidly increased well above that of natural grass. Oddly enough, stadiums plan to remove that artificial turf and substitute it with natural grass ahead of the 2026 World Cup when it comes to North America. So again, we're good enough for soccer to play on natural grass, but not football. Make that make sense. How many more injuries must the league witness before deciding to go away from that fake grass? Enough is enough. The Packers witnessed one last season when Rashawn Gary tore his ACL on that carpet in Detroit. Plain and simple here, the NFL just needs to get rid of artificial turf in general. It has been an ongoing injury concern for so many individuals and for so many years. And with the world watching, arguably the most polarizing player was lost to a possible career-ending injury 4 snaps into his season. If the NFL is willing to walk the talk they spew out every year regarding player safety, then it is well past time to fix the most straightforward problem in all of sports.
No, he's not going to put you in the lineup. But luckily, this is the closest you can get to the skipper himself.
I mean, Robin is the all-time Brewer for sure.
Greg Council, every Tuesday on Wisconsin's Morning News at 7:45.
Willie is, I think a player that, is capable of taking down some of the things that Robin has done.
This is Brewers 360, presented by Holiday Automotive and Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Hi, this is Julie Coombs and Cindy Storm Fisher with Storm Fisher Investment Group. Are you a retiring professional worried about the direction of our economy, about making your money last? Come see what we can do for you. Let us show you how we take care of you to help you have a great retirement. We are at 262-796-8400 or stormfisher.com. See you soon.
Securities offered through Securities America Inc. member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Arbor Point Advisors LLC. Storm Fisher, Arbor Point, and Securities America are separate entities.
Hey, Eric Bilstead with WTMJ. Do you know the type of roofing company that I trust? One that would gladly tell me that I don't really need to replace my roof. I just need a roof tune-up. Tri-County Contracting does that. Tri-County Contracting offers roof tune-ups that include roof inspection, refastening, replacing some missing shingles. Is it affordable? Yes. Trust Tri-County Contracting's roof tune-up. Trust 45 years in Wisconsin. Visit TriCountyContractingWI.com.
I can remember the exact moment while we were sampling pizza on an East Coast food tour when we said, we need to highlight the culture and cuisine of the Midwest too. I felt drawn to showing off my hometown in a way that honored its past and present. And here we are, 16 years later, doing exactly that. I'm Teresa Emmons, founder of Milwaukee Food and City Tours and Chicago Food and City Tours. I hope you'll join us in Milwaukee or Chicago for a food tour this summer. Reserve your tour at MilwaukeeFoodTours.com or ChicagoFoodTours.com.
Traffic is sponsored by the Heiser Automotive Group. For convenient car shopping and financing, visit Heiser Automotive Group at one of their 4 locations, Toyota, Chevy, Ford, Lincoln, and Cadillac. Or visit Heiser.com because today's your day.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:51.
All right, it's a tough ride on 41 northbound. We've got an accident right about at Burleigh's. Got the 2 left lanes blocked. Multiple cars involved with this. And we've got big delays all the way back through the Zoo interchange. We've also got an incident on the ramp from Holt Avenue to 4394 northbound. It is on the on-ramp and not on the main line, but still, emergency crew is on the scene. So just be careful with that. Otherwise, the rest of the system so far, so good. Hey, you can help out your fellow commuters. You can report accidents and slowdowns at the Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda to support their Drive Out Cancer event. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Cool one today with a chance of afternoon and evening showers, a high of just 66 degrees. Chance of showers tonight. Under mostly cloudy skies and a low down to 54. For your Wednesday, chance of morning showers and then becoming sunny with a high of just 66 degrees. Right now, 57 in Milwaukee.
Holy cow. I cannot believe this.
Peyton Manning's reaction on the ESPN broadcast last night of Monday Night Football. The much-anticipated Aaron Rodgers debut with the New York Jets lasted all of 4 plays before he hobbled off the field and was ultimately taken off in a cart. Appears that he's injured his Achilles.
Achilles!
If that thing is blowing out, that's it for the season for Aaron Rodgers.
I don't want to go on the car.
Our friend from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, 2-time sports writer of the year, Lori Nickel, is with us this morning. Lori, I'll just first take your initial reaction. The world is watching this game, so much riding on it. Eric and I both had the same experience. We were late to the game, like by 5 minutes, and he was already out.
Yeah, he was in the tent.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So you were probably really shocked. I mean, you know, I was not surprised to see it only just because of Aaron's age, and my initial reaction was, wow, that looks like an Achilles. Like, just looking at the replay right away, I'm like, the leg is not supposed to bend that way. I don't know if you can withstand that. I know he had a right calf injury throughout training camp, and this was his left Achilles, potentially, that we're all speculating. But my immediate reaction was twofold. It was like, boy, that sucks for the Jets fans, because I remember they went through a lot of stuff with Brett Favre going out there, and now they're going through this. And then my second reaction was kind of weird. You know, with somebody of a quarterback of Aaron's caliber and his age, frankly, I was glad that he just didn't suffer like a concussion or something that would be really scary for somebody that age. You never want to see anybody get hurt. But seeing a 39-year-old quarterback out there is always a risk. So I wasn't really all that surprised. And I'm not a fan. You know, I'm a neutral sports reporter, so I didn't, get upset or anything like that. But I feel bad for him and everybody basically involved.
His former teammate, David Bakhtiari, took to social media last night, very sarcastically congratulating the NFL for having all these field turfs, which lead to injuries like this. Will there be a tipping point? Because this seems to be a trend where these fields that are turf are leading to some of these just catastrophic injuries.
Yeah, and they had the rain, right? They had all the
right.
warnings about shelter in place kind of a thing. I don't know about that. Yeah, that's really important to address. But when you look at the Mayo Clinic and you look at risk factors for ruptured Achilles, you know, peak age is for men between the ages of 30 and 40, and there's all kinds of other factors that can make you a higher risk. Steroid injections can make you a higher risk for rupturing an Achilles and all that. So you can look at the field, you can look at his age, you can look at, whatever treatments he may or may not have been getting leading up to, his first season and all that. We don't know the details, but Bakhtiari might know something more. He might have been texting his buddy last night and what's going on and all that, and maybe Aaron feels it was the field or the turf. But, there's only so much you can do in the later months anyway. Football is played in the winter for half the season, especially with the way they've extended it. So this is something they're going to have to deal with, all the athletes anyway, because after October 16th or whatever, you're not getting fresh turf anywhere.
Talking with Lori Nickel, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. Aaron Rodgers out. It could be for the season, depending. He's got an MRI today on that injured left ankle. So, Lori, I know you're not a doctor, but you've been around sports and athletes all the time. I mean, this is not a quick turnaround. If it does happen to be his Achilles, this is probably out for the season. What are the prospects, do you think, that, a guy at that age, Aaron Rodgers, goes through the brutality of a rehab and tries to get back out there next year? Because guys who've been on rehab, guys enter into depression. Guys go through really tough times. They're isolated. They're not feeling productive. There's a lot that goes into that.
That's exactly what I was going to say. If it's had for him, and again, we're speculating if it's but the athletes that I've talked to, by and large, it's the mental challenge of being disconnected from your team, and he's brand new to this team to begin with, new city, all of that kind of stuff. The age and stage of life that he's in, we don't know how much longer he had planned to play. Initially, when I talked to Aaron Rodgers years and years ago, he didn't even think he would play till he was 40. When he was 26 years old, he didn't think that. So does this change his whole mentality?
When we're 26, we all think 40 is 1,000 years away, don't we?
Totally. But yeah, it would be such a mental challenge for him. And he is really, he's an elite athlete for a reason, because he has always been a tough guy, and he's always felt like it's been him against the world from high school on. So, but yeah, I would consider that to be the biggest challenge would be both physical and the mental part for him. Plus, we don't really know what kind of support network he's got out there. I would imagine it would be pretty good. They really wanted him. So, but the waiting and being disconnected from everything is always a factor. But the difference now with like the things that you talked about, guys dealing with depression and all that, the NFL is just usually better equipped now. There's usually sports psychologists who are either on staff or affiliated with the staff that can help. Aaron, of course, has his own network that we're familiar with and have heard about. So, so many questions with this. It's kind of a sign, though, too. It's like he really needs to think about how long he wants to keep playing what he wants to put his body through.
Lori Nickel, two-time Sports Writer of the Year for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Great to talk to you, Lori. Thanks.
Take care, guys. Thank you.
Business headlines are up next. Here's the Milwaukee Business Journal's Margaret Notchek. They are brought to you by Old National Bank. Get old.
The Betty Brinn Children's Museum has named a local nonprofit leader as the organization's next CEO. Tina Quealy, who currently serves as the executive director of the Burke Foundation, will soon lead the city's Children's Museum. Chicago-based Molson Coors Beverage Company continues to progress in the energy drink space. The company expands its partnership with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson through an increased investment in Zoa Energy. Milwaukee's Lush Popcorn is expanding with a second location in Milwaukee's River West neighborhood. The new spot will open at 920 East Locust Street. I'm Margaret Notchek with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Looking to do something new with your savings? Get old with a money market account from Old National Bank and earn a 5.15% annual percentage yield. Whatever you're saving for, Old National is here to put your money to work today. Earn 5.15% APY with our 9-month introductory money market offer valid through September 30th, 2023. To earn the promotional rate, account must be funded with a minimum of $10,000 out on deposit at Old National as of July 31st, 2023 within 15 days of account opening. Learn more at oldnational.com or visit a local banking center today. Member FDIC. Old National Bank. Get old.
When you see our selection of gently worn brand name girls and women's clothing, you'll love what you find, and you'll love the prices. So low that you won't believe your eyes. At St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, you'll find something cute, maybe a whole new outfit for so much less. Gently worn brand name clothing at far below retail. You're gonna love it. On Highway 100 at Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
So if our mom was looking for a new sofa, what are the top things that you would recommend that she look for in a new sofa?
Ben and Arvid from Penny Mustard Furnishings.
Kid and pet friendly fabrics. Sure. Eliminate spill problems, clean it up. I would say quality foam and made in the USA. We make fantastic sofas in the United States. We always have and we always will. It's an easy way to sort poor quality from good quality.
See more at pennymustard.com.
Did I mention quality foam? I think you did. Okay, good. That's an important one. That's very important to me anyway. And it would be to Mom.
Hey, Brian. I think it's time to get serious about new windows and front door for our home.
I agree. It will save us money in the long run to eliminate the draft.
I was thinking more about our curb appeal, but yes, the draft thing too.
J&J Contractors in Greendale have been around for 40 years and have great reviews.
Go give them a call.
J&J Contractors' skilled and certified team uses high-quality materials for all your exterior needs. J&J Contractors do it all. Windows, doors, siding, roofing, and gutters.
Craig Timber in Milwaukee is underway. And with a little bit of this.
Smoked out to left center field. Back goes Bellinger. Up into the stands. Yelich leads.
And a little bit of that.
In the air. Right center field. Weimer back. So is Frelick jumping and making
the Brewers look to keep the good times rolling as they set their hooks on the Marlins in the Brew City. Our Milwaukee-Miami radio coverage gets underway beginning at 6 o'clock tonight. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7:03, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Tuesday, September 12th. Our top story, a report on the future of the Mitchell Park Domes.
I'm Eric Bilstead. New warnings about the dangers of lead.
I'm Brandon Snide. 4 snaps in a season and a career now hanging in the balance for a former MVP.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Northbound on 41, we got an accident with the two left lanes blocked at Burleigh. Delays stretching all the way back. They're pretty much solid all the way out of the zoo interchange, so it's going to be a slow one. Trying to avoid 41, that would be your best bet. Southbound 43 slowing down from Bender Road all the way down to about Center Street, and then the northbound side's going to be backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Keefe. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy today in your Storm Team forecast with a high of just 66 degrees and a chance of showers this afternoon and evening. A chance for showers lingers through tonight, mostly cloudy and a low down to 54. Right now, 57 in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Milwaukee County leaders are set today to provide an update on the future of Milwaukee's Mitchell Park domes. The County Parks Department manages the domes. It will present a final report about next steps for the domes. They will consider multiple proposals, including demolishing all or some of the three domes. The issue is really part of the larger discussion on the future of the county park system. Back in 2021, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel was already reporting due to growing costs outpacing the county's annual revenue, the county could run out of property tax money to support park services by as soon as 2027.
Decision Wisconsin, the state Senate could vote on the future of the head of the Wisconsin Elections Commission as soon as this week. A GOP-led Senate committee voting 3-1 on Monday against the reappointment of Administrator Megan Wolf. Now, that move clears the way for a vote by the full state Senate on Thursday. The removal would likely prompt a court battle over who leads the state's election system. This comes, of course, before the 2024 presidential campaign season.
All that for that. The Aaron Rodgers Jets era lasted just 4 snaps.
Holy cow. I cannot believe this.
Pretty much summed it up right there, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was saying that. Peyton Manning on ESPN after Rodgers was sacked and taken off the field on a cart. ABC's Lionel Moyes.
Jets coach Robert Saleh says Rodgers will get an MRI today, but Saleh says he fears Rodgers suffered an Achilles injury which would end his season.
MRI is probably going to confirm what we think is already going to happen, so prayers tonight, but it's not good. I heard for Aaron and how much he's invested in all of this. We're still going to hold out hope, but my heart's with Aaron right now.
The injury silenced a crowd that had been anticipating Rodgers' Big Apple debut, coming from Green Bay after 18 seasons, where he won a Super Bowl and 4 MVP awards.
Despite that early setback, Jets didn't need him. They went on to beat the Bills 22-16.
A new medical study finds the dangers of lead exposure have been badly underestimated.
An analysis done for the World Bank warns
products that you have brought back from vacation, ceramics that have beautiful glazes in them, more than 90% of the time, they use lead in it, and the lead can poison you.
Richard Fuller is president of Pure Earth, worked with the World Bank analyzing that study.
When they look at all of the different aspects of cardiovascular disease, lead poisoning is just as big globally as smoking or cholesterol.
And is also linked to serious drops in IQ for kids under 5. Tom Foti, CBS News.
Coming up, a rare win for the buyer on the housing market. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:06.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
What advice would you give somebody that that's window shopping?
I'd have to say Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin plays at an MVP level in the replacement game. They came in ahead of time, measured all the windows, make sure they had all of the measurements. When the Pella people left, you had no idea they had been here. You just had the new window. They're great professionals, Gina, and some of the best in the world at what they do.
Right now, pay as low as $19 a month per window or $75 per month on patio doors. Visit PellaWI.com today. Pella's team of expert installers start with an in-home consultation and finish with no hassle or mess, leaving nothing but perfect results that stand the test of time. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, pay as low as $19 per window and $75 per month on patio doors. Visit PellaWI.com today.
$6.99 APR for 120 months. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offers end 9/30/2023.
Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. If you need paving, whether asphalt or concrete, time is ticking, right? Coming up on the end of the season here, in the front door to your small business, that's not the door. Think about this. It's the parking lot. That's all banged up and potholed. That's not the first impression you want to give to your valued customers. And same goes to the walkway or driveway up to your house. Fix it up or rebuild the whole thing with Johnson & Sons Paving. It's a quality, family-owned, local company you can trust. They do everything in-house. Johnson's will help you design your project. They even mix their own asphalt. You get the Johnson & Sons crew every step of the way. No subcontractors over there. It's one-stop shopping for projects of any size, residential or commercial. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
Be proactive so you're not freezing at home this winter. Your walls are drafty. Retrofoam of southeastern Wisconsin can fill your walls with foam insulation. It's all done from the exterior of your home without any hassle or mess. The entire process only takes a day, and Retrofoam of southeast Wisconsin offers a lifetime warranty and property protection guarantee. Retrofoam of southeastern Wisconsin takes pride in its customer service and efficiency. Get 20% off if you call by the end of September. Just search online. Retrofoam of southeast Wisconsin.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:09.
Aaron Rodgers out after just 4 snaps. What's on tap for today that will provide clarity for his future? Brandon Sniden, Sports at 7:15.
Monday marked 22 years since the 9/11 terror attacks. Well, now the way 9/11 is taught in schools is changing as a generation of American students have no memory.
Education professor at UW-Madison, Jeremy Stoddard, tells WTMJ teaching 9/11 as history allows today's kids to engage with it better.
To look at some of the lingering issues that are going on and how some of the roots tie back to 9/11.
Stoddard says it's important to teach both the context around the attacks and their effects, like increased Islamophobia and...
It was also one of the first sort of big moments that we started seeing conspiracy theories.
Stoddard has worked on teaching guides for educators looking for how to approach the attacks. Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Someone just got a great deal on the Brady Bunch house.
It's a story that's better for the buyer than the seller. The Los Angeles area house that served as the iconic facade for the Brady Bunch and then was remodeled by HGTV a few years ago so that the insides would match how the house looked on the show just sold for $3.2 million, which sounds like a lot of money, but it was listed for $5.5 million. And in fact, HGTV bought it in 2018 for $3.5 million, so they lost $300,000 just on the list price, not to mention the millions they put into remodeling. The buyer will reportedly use it for events and or as a luxury rental. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Remodeling? You can't remodel a house.
That's the whole point, right? To keep it how it
take out these old stairs. That's all dated.
Yeah, that's the point.
7:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This report sponsored by Evans Transportation Services, one company for accounting, shipping, and tracking.
This is a year of change for Wisconsin football. Whether it's a new quarterback or coach, our teams will be exciting to watch this season. As Wisconsin's 3PL, Evans Transportation knows a thing or two about changing things up when it comes to manufacturers' accounting, shipping, and tracking needs. Call Evans if your supply chain team isn't running on all cylinders this season. Good luck to our Wisconsin football teams from Wisconsin's 3PL in Delafield. Find them at evanstrans.com. That's evanstrans.com.
Capture every mood with Merle Norman's Fall Moods color collection. Warm and cool romance eyes and cheek palettes feature 4 velvety eyeshadows and 2 blushes for creating on-trend mauve and smoky wine looks. Plus, you'll receive a free travel-size mascara with your palette. Enhance lips with new plush lip liners in Rosewood and Merlot. Fall Moods color collection and fall gift with purchase available now while supplies last at Merle Norman Cosmetics and Salon, Brookfield Square.
Traffic is sponsored by Import Minded on South 27th Street. Get back on the road today. Get your car healthy by bringing it to Import Minded on South 27th. For all your auto repair and service needs, it's Import Minded on South 27th Street.
Checking in with Debbie here at 7:12.
All right, well, we've got this problem on northbound 41. The 2 left lanes are blocked right at Burleigh with a multi-car accident. 49 minutes to get from the zoo to Highway Q. It's a 35-minute backup. Southbound side, folks kind of slowing down to take a look, so just watch out. 15 minutes there from Highway Q to the zoo. Southbound 43 slowing down now just south of Good Hope Road, all the way down past Capitol Drive to about Locust. The northbound side, heavy from about Kilbourne all the way up to Keith. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, a mix of sunshine and some cloud cover. A chance for some late evening scattered showers across the area. High temperatures topping out in the mid-60s. With that chance of rain and cloud cover tonight, lows will dip back into the mid-50s. Outside of an early shower on our Wednesday, becoming more sunny. Highs in the mid-60s. We'll hold on to the sunshine into Thursday. Highs in the low to mid-70s. Sunny and warm on Friday, a high of 76, and a slight chance of a shower by Saturday. Partly sunny with a high of 74. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
We're at 58 degrees in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
7:13 in Wisconsin's Morning News. Folks have been texting in what Debbie may have seen that crossed her screen. I'm calling it a ghost.
So maybe it's an entity. I wonder if it's just some pocket lint floating around.
Okay.
I don't know if Debbie's working at the moment. Debbie, so we got this text in. So if you want to see the ghost that Debbie caught on her camera here in the newsroom.
In our newsroom.
Just text the word ghost.
Our haunted newsroom.
To the Old National Bank talking text line, 855-616-1620. So here's a text we got from Peter, Debbie.
Okay.
I have an infrared camera in a vacant dwelling I own, and at present all the systems, the heat, the AC, water heater, are off. So there shouldn't be any rapid fluctuations in the power or magnetic fields. Yet, most days, several times of day, my camera captures faintly glowing floating orbs that pass across the view at various speeds and make the camera follow them.
Ooh.
Sometimes circling or looping or quote-unquote dancing for a few seconds. Spooks, I can't explain it.
Interesting. I was going to do a little bit of research. I didn't get a chance to, but I was going to do a little bit of research about the land underneath the 3rd Street Market Hall to see if there's any Indian burial ground or anything like that.
Classic Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Resurrected that old legend to scare everyone off and buy the land cheap.
Got away with it, too.
Would have got away with
for
it,
those
too.
meddling kids.
Old traffic reporter. 7:15. Sports is up next. It's sponsored by Holiday Automotive at Highway 23 in Fond du Lac. Holiday Automotive, it's worth the trip.
Greg Matzik here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac. Hey, drive inspired this fall, winter, and beyond in a new all-wheel drive Mazda car or crossover or a Mazda certified pre-owned model. The SUV season sales event is on with attractive financing and other great offers, comfortably low lease payments, and more. Make Holiday your destination to get more Mazda for your money, more for your trade, and enjoy their simplified buying approach and exceptional guest care. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State. I'm one of those thousands of fans, and so is this guy.
This is Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen, and I drive Holiday. What I've experienced from this team is honest and genuine care.
It's passionate fans that have earned Holiday top honors as Wisconsin's #1 Mazda dealer, its #1 Mazda certified pre-owned dealer, and the Badger State's only recipient of the prestigious Mazda President's Club Award. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac and online at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
Exergen thermometers are fast, non-invasive, clinically accurate, and available for medical and home use. Find Exergen thermometers at Walmart and Walgreens. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
Monday Night Football getting underway for the 2023 NFL season. Last night, Aaron Rodgers leading the Jets out of the tunnel, and it would be, unfortunately, a short night for the former 4-time MVP, only lasting 4 snaps on offense before going down with an apparent ankle injury following a sack. Head coach Robert Saleh, after the game, delivering the news post-game with an update on number 8.
All right, I'll deal with the quarterback real quick. Concerned with his Achilles. MRI is probably going to confirm what we think is already going to happen, so prayers tonight, but it's not good.
The Jets would go on to at least win the game with a walk-off punt return for a touchdown, but no one in New York is feeling good last night. That MRI today is to confirm the extent of the injury for Rodgers. Now, the Packers side of things, it does affect the team a little bit. Rodgers had to play at least 65% of the snaps for the New York Jets in order for Green Bay to receive that first-round draft pick. So it looks like a second-round draft pick will be heading to Green Bay in 2024. Over to baseball. After returning home from their 6-game road trip, the Brewers got the bats going on offense, thanks in large part to a new addition to the lineup.
First pitch to Donaldson. It's a ground ball past the diving shortstop Wendell and into left center. Santana will score. On his way to third is Adames. It's an RBI single for Josh Donaldson, and the Brewers have a 3-0 lead.
Donaldson making his debut with the RBI single there in the third inning. As great as it was for the offense, and it was a good one, this one was all about Brandon Woodruff. Woody helping deliver Milwaukee's first complete game shutout since 2021 in the NL Central leading Brewers offense, collected a season-high 17 hits on their way to the 12-0 victory over the Miami Marlins. Speaking after the game, Woody giving credit to the good vibes and a new teammate.
There was just some good energy today, got a new teammate in Josh Donaldson, and I think that we all know what kind of career he has had, and I think he's going to be a great asset to our team. And, we knew that we played good enough to win yesterday. We just didn't come out on top. And we've been playing good baseball, and but that wasn't in the back of my mind. I was just trying to go out and give the team a chance to win, and it just cards fell in place tonight.
Brewers look to keep the good times rolling with Game 2 of 4 tonight, coming from American Family Field. That coverage getting underway, of course, right here on WTMJ, beginning at 6 p.m.
Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky joins us next.
Something fishy's swimming in American Family Field, and it's big. It's bad. Never mind. It's just the Marlins.
The 3-2. Struck him out with a fastball. No hits through 9 innings.
Our Brewers Radio Network coverage presented by American Family Insurance begins tonight at 6:05. We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
No! I ask one question, and you pounce and pressure me to buy a mattress I don't want.
But
you're all alike. What are you looking for? Firm or soft? Back off, man!
Hasselus mattress showrooms are employee-free.
No salespeople?
And through Monday, get an extra $200 off in instant savings on Beautyrest, Serta Perfect Sleeper, or Sealy Posturepedic.
I do have a question.
Shoot.
Where have you been my whole life?
Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
What's that sound?
That's the sweet sound of you, small business owner, not having to worry about cybersecurity.
Sounds nice.
U.S. Cellular is offering cybersecurity protection with unlimited data for $29.99 per line.
Does that include protection from phishing?
Of course, unless you mean like the kind. Get cybersecurity protection with unlimited data for $29.99. U.S. Cellular, built for business, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Hey, you want to do something special? Hi, all. Debbie Lazaga here for Hall Mazda, and here's an idea for you. Hall is teaming up with This Time Tomorrow for their Drive Out Cancer event. For the next 50 days, if you purchase a car or do some service maintenance at Hall, they will donate on your behalf. Now, This Time Tomorrow is a group that helps folks that are dealing with cancer in their lives, and Hall has teamed up with them for the last 9 years. They do a lot of great work with that. So there's never really been a better time, and you can buy any type of model that fits your needs, every model from the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid to a certified pre-owned Mazda CX-5. So check it out and help them out with the Drive Out Cancer event for the next 50 days. You got till November 9th, so get in there.
Traffic is sponsored by Harwood Place Senior Living. Visit Harwood Place Retirement Living's newly renovated apartments and updated pricing options at their September 13th Ice Cream Social and Open House. RSVP or schedule a tour at harwoodplace.org.
Checking in with Debbie Lazaga at 7:21 on the roads.
It is a bit spicy on 41 northbound. We've got some big delays out of the zoo interchange all the way up to Burleigh, where there is an accident that has the 2 left lanes blocked. Multiple cars are involved with this. We are up to a 51-minute ride now from the zoo to Highway Q. It's a 37-minute backup. Eastbound 94 now starting to see a bit of a backup out of the zoo interchange heading out towards Hawley Road. Southbound 43 slowing from Good Hope Road all the way down to about Locust. The northbound side slow out of the Marquette up past Keefe. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy today with a chance of showers this afternoon and evening, high of 66 degrees. Yeah, that's it. Chance of a shower lingering through tonight under mostly cloudy skies and a little down to 54. Right now we're at 57 in Milwaukee. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky live with us on the Tri-County Contracting Hotline this morning. What's up, Niz?
Yeah, good morning, guys. How's everybody doing this morning?
I'm happy with the rain. Here was my fertilizer program. You know, I knew we were expecting widespread rain Sunday night into Monday, so I laid off on the fall feeding, which I am a little bit late on.
Okay.
And I thought I'll let that initial rain come there. It'll be nice and wet. Then I threw that down yesterday afternoon, got a nice water in. I'm in good shape. Thank you.
So you want to get your fourth application down this early? See, I'm with you. I normally hold off later, like October almost.
Oh, that's my fifth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the 5-feeding rotation.
Hey, guys, you know who's got a really green lawn right now? This guy. I do.
Who does nothing to his lawn.
He's got his all-natural, rain-watered lawn now.
He's just gorgeous.
And it looked terrible all year until
Right.
now.
You'll never know, Niz.
See, the neighborhood catches up in a hurry, doesn't it, Niz?
Yeah, exactly. Now everybody's walking around going, "Oh, look at this!"
Lush. When's the last time you dropped some feed on that?
That labor around the 4th of July. That's when you know the real people who take care of their lawn is around the 4th. You know, when dead of summer, looking good.
Hey, actually, how things shape up here? Looking like we have a nice little warm up, a little second chance at some 70s.
Yeah.
No 80s on the calendar here.
Yeah, totally. So we get through today, which another round of showers looks possible late today into tonight. They're going to be more scattered than the widespread rain that we had yesterday morning. But if you do get under one of these showers, they could pack, a pretty good little punch here. I don't think severe weather, but maybe some good downpours late today into tonight and possibly lingering into tomorrow morning. So some of us, I think, could easily maybe get another half-inch of rain or so tonight. So, and then it's looking great. The rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we start warming up. Lots of sunshine. I think maybe another run at 80 degrees by the end of the week on Friday.
Nice. So, Eric, Niz is texting me last night during the whole Aaron Rodgers debacle.
Yeah.
Niz, everybody's reaction is the same as yours. Like, I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so first let me get out of the way that, by no means do I want anybody, even if I absolutely despised this player, to have, a major injury to their body. That's just not.
Okay, we'll stipulate to that.
Okay, so that's out of the way. However, the reaction, there's a lot of people going, well, now we lose our first-round pick. And, yes, I agree. But I'm also of the thinking of, doesn't this also – more than ever justify why we traded him and not be on the hook for, a max contract 40-year-old quarterback? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, we talked a little bit about the turf thing as well. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers' body plays into it. But we were talking with Lori Nickel of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, and this has been a controversy over the last couple of years. You have more and more players in the NFL piping up about, hey, we don't like playing on the artificial stuff because it doesn't have the same give as a natural surface. Impossible to say whether that was a contributing factor, but that's out there.
See, for me, it's the conflicting thoughts. Just the emotional roller coaster of all of this. This texter has it perfect. Matt texted this in. He says, well, I don't want to see anyone get hurt. Okay. With some thoughts that have crossed my mind, I think I should probably go to church twice on Sunday. So clearly, there is that a little bit of, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, but if you feel that way, if you do feel that strong about, Rodgers, negatively, you also think in the back of your head that he's probably going to somehow form this into his thoughts of, this was my final way of sticking it to him. I'm just saying, if that's your opinion of Rodgers, that's very possible. I'm more interested, honestly, I'm more interested in what was going on at Jack's American Pub last night when Rodgers goes down. All I know, the bar on Brady that was picking up bar tabs. Rodgers goes down, you're thinking there's no way they're going to beat the Bills. I would have been shots for the whole bar.
Right?
And they had to pay up.
You'd have been stuck with quite a tab, no doubt.
That could not have worked out better for Jax because it went into overtime, last play, boom. All right, everyone pay up.
Milk even more people's tabs and stuff. Oh, that's great.
Appreciate it, Niz. We'll catch you up again next week.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average was up about 87 points on Monday to 34,664. The NASDAQ up more than 1% to 13,918, and the S&P 500 closed at 4487. That was up 30 points on the day. For a deeper dive of the markets, listen to the Annex Wealth Management SWAT podcast wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
So if our mom was looking for a new sofa, what are the top things that you would recommend that she look for in a new sofa?
Ben and Arvid Huth, brothers and owners of Penny Mustard Furnishings.
Kid and pet-friendly fabrics. Sure. Eliminate headaches. Yeah. Eliminate spill problems. Clean it up.
That stuff is so good nowadays.
I would say quality foam. You need a quality foam in there in order to last and the comfort to maintain.
Maybe the exact same thing, just explaining it a little different, is sit down on that sofa and make sure it feels good.
Sure.
Pretty is great, but it's got to be comfortable.
Yes.
When you're sitting in it and watching a 2-hour football game, you want to feel good.
Yep. And I would say a well-built frame, something that's structurally sound.
Yes.
And made in the USA. We make fantastic sofas in the United States. We always have and we always will. It's an easy way to sort poor quality from good quality.
Penny Mustard Furnishings. See more at pennymustard.com.
Did I mention quality foam?
I think you did.
Okay, good. I don't want to miss that.
That's an important one.
It's very important to me anyway. And it would be tomorrow.
AccuRite Tax and Financial Services has Toshiba copiers and network printers from James Imaging Systems. President CEO Jason Rose.
We have 17 different tax preparers on staff, and we have 4 printers running pretty much nonstop. And during tax season, it's absolutely crazy.
And Jason, those printers from James Imaging Systems have to work just as hard and reliably as your people do.
Oh yeah, yes. Something comes up that's an issue, we have somebody that we can call that can help us resolve the issue very quickly and efficiently.
Reliable printing, reliable service. That's a good thing.
That is a good thing. That helps tremendously keep us being productive, keeps those tax returns going.
Jason, bottom line for your practice?
Happy clients, happy workers, happy me.
Don't worry, be happy with document imaging technology and extraordinary local support from James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
At Semper Fi, we work hard not to tarnish our reputation, and that's what will make your decision to work with us one you won't regret. You can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
Keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi!
7:30, I'm Adam Roberts, and this is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Tuesday, September 12th. Your top story, monitoring the report on the future of the Mitchell Park Domes.
I'm Debbie Loziga. We got northbound 41 at Burleigh, 2 left lanes still blocked, multiple car accident there. We've got big delays coming back through the Zoo interchange in all directions. We've also got southbound 43 slowing down from Brown Deer Road all the way down past Keefe. The northbound side slow from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. And things slowing down northbound on 4394 coming out of the Mitchell and around the Plainfield curve up towards the KK River. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Early clouds this morning in your storm team forecast, then partly cloudy this afternoon. A chance for late day showers, a high of 66. Shower chances continuing overnight with a low of 54. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Milwaukee County leaders set today to provide an update on the future of Milwaukee's Mitchell Park Domes. The County Parks Department, which manages the property, will present a final report about next steps for the domes, which will consider multiple proposals, including demolition of all or some of the 3 buildings. The issue part of a larger discussion on the future of the county park system. Back in 2021, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reported because growing costs were outpacing the county's annual revenue, the county could run out of property tax money to support park services as soon as 2027. That meeting today with the report will begin at 9 a.m. Speaking of the future of a property, Southridge Mall has been a staple shopping center in the area for years, but leaders in Greendale worrying it could soon become irrelevant. Stephanie Sigilski of the International Council of Shopping Centers says malls need to change to keep up with the times.
The malls who have brought in a lot of extra dining, extra entertainment, not just your classic food court of the 1980s and 90s, are doing well.
The Village of Greendale owns the Boston store as part of the structure and has plans to redevelop it. A resolution to make Milwaukee County a sanctuary for trans and LGBTQ+ people passed through committee and is now headed to the entire county board. The resolution states that if the state legislature were to ever pass punishments for providing or receiving gender-affirming care, the county board would urge the sheriff's office to not enforce the law. The measure passing 3-2 after hours of testimony Monday. That resolution will then be next be voted on by the entire county board, and if passed there, would require the signature of the county supervisor. And as we head into the fall season, new COVID-19 boosters are on the way as the virus continues to make noise in area hospitals.
Some people get severely ill. You will actually need to be in the ICU in hospitals, but for almost all people who get it now, the disease is pretty mild.
That's infectious disease expert at Aurora Health, Dr. Robert Citrenberg. He says being a doctor studying COVID is a lot different today than it was in 2020. Despite all the progress to contain COVID, Dr. Citrenberg says it'll never really be gone.
Still important to know that it's there, and it's especially important for those people who are immunocompromised, those who are at risk for developing severe disease.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:33.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926.
Make pulled pork sandwiches your game day favorite. Natural pork shoulder roasts are just $1.99 per pound all this week at Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Coming up. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:34.
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler, Jeep Dodge Ram.
Are you getting ready to send your kids back to school? Griffin's Back to School Service Special has got you covered. We know you've got a lot on your plate, so let us take care of your car maintenance hassles. For just $129.95, we'll pamper your car from bumper to bumper. Our expert team will change your oil, inspect and rotate your tires, check the battery and air filter, and give you a complete multi-point inspection. But that's not all. We'll make sure you stay cool during those hot school pickups by checking your AC and even changing your wiper blades and keeping your view crystal clear on those rainy days. Get peace of mind knowing your car is in top shape while you focus on what really matters, your family. Visit one of 5 Griffin dealerships today and take advantage of our back-to-school service specials before it's too late.
When you head out today, make sure you take a look at your roof if you're a homeowner. Perhaps it's time for a new roof. Well, maybe not. Who needs a new roof when you just need a worry-free roof tune-up? And who wants a roofing company that you are going to see come show up and replace your roof when it's not needed? That's why you go to Tri-County Contracting. You don't need a new roof. You just need that worry-free roof tune-up. Vince, you found some things on your roof that...
A little something wrong?
Yeah, but it got
Well, I didn't find anything because I didn't know.
Right.
Until Chuck and Tony got up there and they're like, yeah, this is missing.
So then I had them come up and jump on my roof. Same thing. Found holes in some shingles, found some other things. So they replaced the loose nails. They did some caulking. They took care of those shingles that had holes in them. And now we are good to go. It's a worry-free roof tune-up. Tri-County Contracting, that is the company. They've been at it for more than 45 plus years. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com, a worry-free roof tune-up. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:36.
Brewers manager Craig Counsell, our guest in Brewers 360, coming up in about 10 minutes.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is now on Russian soil. It's a big old train.
I don't think it's actually a steam train. It might. Why not?
He's expected to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. He's in the train right now.
After a lengthy train ride in that so-called luxury armored train, Kim is set to be welcomed by Vladimir Putin, possibly in Vladivostok, where the two men met in 2019. This meeting is different. Putin hoping Kim will provide much-needed artillery shells and other munitions for Russia's fight in Ukraine, which is depleting Putin's stockpile.
So we don't have a date yet, but in the coming days, we'll see video of those two shaking hands and posing for cameras and whatnot. I'm trying to figure out the whole train situation, why this is considered safer than flying. And he has done flying before. He's not like John Madden where he's afraid to fly, right?
Right. I mean, historically he has, but recently, and this is the first time he's out of the country since 2019, but right, it's been these train trips. When he met then President Trump in Vietnam. It was, again, this same train traversing the countryside. I don't know why you think that's like this slower moving train.
And we've heard
safer.
Of reporters who have been inside that. They say, what did they tell you? That you had read on that? They board up all the windows so you can't see outside. It's
desolation of the North Korean countryside, exactly that. And then, but the inside of the train is apparently super luxed out. Like Martha said there, it's white tablecloths and luxury everything. They have live music.
Yeah,
right.
That's nice.
Luxury dining.
Right.
I mean, I guess.
Plasma TVs.
What else has he got to do? Right? Nice, easy train ride. Here's the thing, like for Putin to get it, if it is in Vladivostok, where they're talking about, it's like 5,000 miles from Moscow.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, Russia's a big place.
Right? So, not for nothing, but Putin's got a trip ahead of him as well. Maybe he might consider. News report brought to you by Steinhoffels here. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Shop Tempur-Pedic mattresses at Steinhoffels. Tempur-Pedic queen mattresses start at just $42 per month when you use Steinhoffels 72-month financing. Plus, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Steinhoffels Furniture and Mattress Superstores have something for everyone. Shop great deals on quality living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture, mattresses, and more. Plus, you can use Steinhoffels special financing. Relax and start your shopping on steinhoffels.com today.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it all when you shop at St. Vincent de Paul. Old things, new things here for you. We're always changing. We're always new. So many friendly people, smiles from wall to wall. You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Business insurance continues to get more complex. Here's Jeff Salasinski, VP of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance.
Thanks, Vince. Does your business operate domestically and internationally? R&R Insurance, alongside Assurex Global, provides risk management and business insurance for any industry located anywhere in the world. Together, we have access to specialized, local, and international expertise with our 100-plus partners worldwide. We service locally and reach globally. Can your current agent align resources on the ground in Europe, Asia, Latin America, and North America? Are you confident you're being properly protected?
So, Jeff, what's the solution?
R&R Insurance has been a shareholder in Assurex Global for over 20 years. When you work with R&R and Assurex Global, you can be assured that you're working with a best-in-class global insurance firm. At R&R Insurance, we know domestic and international business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Traffic sponsored by Wediger Compressor, the Midwest air compressor experts. Visit pressureisoff.biz.
Servicing world-class Wisconsin manufacturers for 9 decades. Contact Wediger Compressor at pressureisoff.biz.
Wediger Compressor.
Checking in with Debbie here at 741.
All right, well, northbound on 41 is getting a little bit more complicated. First of all, we have this accident at Burleigh. It's got the 2 left lanes blocked, multiple cars involved, almost an hour's drive from the zoo to Highway Q. Now, take that back a step on 894 northbound. We got another crash. This is right in the zoo interchange, but it's off on the right shoulder. Just something to keep in mind. From the hill to the zoo, normally a 5-minute ride. It's up to 16 already, so that gives you an idea what you're dealing with there. Southbound on 43, your usual delays. It is slowing down from before Good Hope Road all the way down past Locust. It's 27 minutes to get from Brown Deer Road into downtown. I'm Debbie Lozga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, a mix of cloud cover and maybe some sunshine by the afternoon. Temperatures today topping out in mid-60s. It's mainly dry for our Tuesday until another round of some scattered showers arrives late this evening and into the overnight hours. With the cloud cover tonight, lows will dip back into the mid-50s. Outside of an early shower on our Wednesday, it becomes more sunny, highs in the mid-60s. Mostly sunny for Thursday, highs in the low to mid-70s. Sunny and warm for Friday, a high of 76, and a slight chance of a shower by Saturday, partly sunny, with a high of 74. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
We're at 57 in Milwaukee. Let's go. 742 on Wisconsin's Morning News. I think we got a new one.
A new one.
A new sound effect for the show. Like, I'm really liking it. Just pulled that this morning.
So when would that be played?
Well, don't we, you almost a year, it was almost precisely a year ago at this time when you were the first person I ever heard referring to a team that gotten beaten badly as having been boat raced.
Boat race.
And now, for those of you who listen to the show fairly regularly, you hear us use that terminology. We'll use the sound effect from time to time.
Oh, yeah, the horn.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, sorry.
That works.
And then, of course, there's the barrel roll.
Barrel roll.
Yeah.
Brewers barrel rolled the Marlins last night.
I think the Brewers steam trained the Marlins.
They didn't steam roll.
No, they
didn't steam roll. They
steam trained them.
All right. Put it down. It was a good old-fashioned steam training last night.
Yeah.
Barrel roll.
You think Council's up for this? I don't think
great.
so. What's going on? I call in the show. There's bells. There's things. There's guys talking about boats.
I've never heard of a boat race before.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with these guys. Well,
just keep winning, baby. Just
Council's
keep
up next on Brewers 360.
Hey, it's Greg Mansick for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac, the destination to get more truck or SUV for your buck and more for your trade on a new Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC, or a GM-certified pre-owned model during the Truck Month sale. Experience Team Holiday's genuine guest care and simplified buying approach. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State. Fans like me. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
John Deere in Horicon is hiring press operators. Nothing beats their wage and benefits package. Full-time press operators pay no premiums for family health insurance, meaning they can take home hundreds more each month. With $23 to $25 per hour to start, a $1,000 sign-on bonus, annual wage increases, potential bonuses, 401k with company match, and more, nothing says you've arrived like a job at John Deere Horicon Works. So apply now at deere.com/Horicon.
Power of attorney is one of the most important documents in your estate plan, and it's best to work with a professional to create it. I'm Dr. Aaron Armstrong with Steinbrenner Financial Group. Learn more about this and our upcoming free estate planning seminar at steinbrennergroup.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
The Milwaukee Brewers boat raced, barrel rolled, and steamrolled the Miami Marlins on Monday night.
Steam trained. They steam trained them.
Okay. I'll get that right next time. Woodruff delivering Milwaukee's first complete game shutout since 2021, and the National League Central leading Brewers collected a season-high 17 hits on their way to the 12-0 victory. Milwaukee and Miami will get things going tonight in Game 2 of 4 at American Family Field with the first pitch set of 6:40.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Holiday Automotive, and on Tuesdays we're joined by the skipper, Brewers manager Craig Counsell. Morning, Craig.
Good morning.
Hey, before we get to the 12-run steam training. Sorry, I'm in love with that new sound effect here this morning. Can I take you back to Sunday? I know you would have liked to have come out on the other end of that one, but what a classic, an awesome battle out there in the Bronx.
Yeah, I mean, it gets lost, when you lose. I think after the game that we threw, I don't even know, 10 or 11 hitless innings, and Corbin had an absolutely great performance. Sal Frelick made an incredible catch. But if you're, not worried about winning or losing, it was a great baseball game to be a part of for sure. Definitely a special game, and unfortunately we came out on the wrong side, but still a great baseball game.
So Adam McKelvey from MLB had an interesting stat he posted, Craig, about. He said Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff are the first Brewers pitchers to throw consecutive scoreless starts of 8+ innings since CC Sabathia and Ben Sheets back in 2008.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I think, it's nights like last night that and Sunday in New York that just make you appreciate how great Corbin and Woody have been for us, and how special it is to be able to watch them pitch for the last 5 years. They're really, really good, and a stat like that shows you that doesn't come around all the time.
Hey, Craig, is there anything that you would do differently Sunday now, having looked back on it? Any changes that you would have made or didn't make that you now want to, looking at the no-hitter and also, obviously also trying to win the ball game?
Well, I mean, I think you do that every day. I mean,
Right.
if you don't win, you can. There's especially in a game that goes 14 innings. There's tons of decisions, but in the end, when you look at it, we didn't score enough. We scored 3 runs in 13 innings, and that's that's going to usually that's not going to be enough generally. So, we needed another hit. We had a couple spots with chances to put a bigger number on the board and didn't. So yeah, I mean, there's always you can always say that. I think that doesn't change anything necessarily.
Hey, if we had scored in the top of the 9th, would you have trotted Burns out there to try to preserve it?
No, he was done.
Yeah, he was up over 100,
I mean,
right? Close to 110.
Yeah, he was at 110 pitches, and so when you're doing that, then you're looking at, and then you're not going to take him out. You know what I mean? So and then you're looking at possibly 130 pitches, and then that doesn't bode well for something that we're trying to do in the future here.
So pitch count, if someone, because Woody looked great going the full distance last night. Pitch count obviously is a little bit different, but also how they're feeling and what they're saying to you.
Yeah, I mean, number one, what they're saying is most important, and then number two, the pitch count is a reference just kind of for what they've done in the past. When you throw pitches that you've never thrown before, when you sit down 9 times and then get back up, that takes a toll on pitchers. And then it's not necessarily about what's going to happen, that day. It's kind of what's going to happen the next time they pitch and how they recover. And that's probably, as you look at a team that's trying to go to the playoffs and do something special in October, we want those guys recovered and healthy as we move to the month of October.
Brewers manager Craig Counsell, our guest on Brewers 360 today. Thanks, Skipper.
Okay, guys. Take care.
Brewers and Marlins again tonight. Put another 12 spot on them. One more time.
Hey, Wisconsin, winter is right around the corner. Get your house ready before the cold hits. WTMJ's Jeff Wagner here for Wagner's Home Improvement Showcase, brought to you by senior real estate specialists Bruce and Jean Nemovitz, Hair Construction, Current Electric, Outdoor Living Unlimited, and Kohler Services. Join us every week to discuss ways to weatherproof your home here on News Radio 620 WTMJ. If you can't catch us live, visit Wagner's Home Improvement Showcase under Features on WTMJ.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Have you been thinking of updating your bath or shower? Well, Kohler Services is a local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned business in Wisconsin for 150 years. Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast, professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote and tell them that I sent you. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Merck here. When it comes to memory care and assisted living, you want a team that knows compassion and empathy. That's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I know, my grandma was in assisted living. I have an aunt, one of my favorite aunts, right now in memory care. At Azura, they specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They provide additional daily living assistance for those with cognitive decline. 14 locations in Wisconsin, AzuraLiving.com, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. The teams I trust are at Azura. AzuraLiving.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin plays at an MVP level. They came in ahead of time, make sure they had all of the measurements. When the Pella people left, you had no idea they had been here. You just had the new window. They're great professionals, Gina, and some of the best in the world at what they do.
Right now, pay as low as $19 a month per window or $75 per month on patio doors. Visit PellaWI.com today.
$6.99 APR for 120 months. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offers end 9/30/2023.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking with Debbie here at 7:52, then Mark Tauscher.
All right, got a little bit of good news. That earlier accident, 41 northbound at Burleigh, where they had the two left lanes blocked, that has been cleared. However, the delays are pretty nasty, and they are still all the way back through the Zoo Interchange in all directions. We've also got this other accident still in effect, northbound 894, right in the Zoo Interchange with the right, it's off on the right shoulder. And eastbound 94, now we've got an accident right about at 68th Street off on the right shoulder, so it's going to be slow out of the zoo all the way past that point. Southbound 43, your usual backups, although they're a little bit on the heavier side, from just before Good Hope Road, stretching all the way down past Locust. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ 5-day forecast sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. What do we got here from Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson? High of just 66 degrees today, under partly cloudy skies with a chance of showers moving in the afternoon and lingering through the evening into tomorrow morning. Tonight's low down to 54. Chance of those morning showers Wednesday, then becoming sunny, high of 66. And a nicer stretch here, mostly sunny on Thursday. High of 75 degrees, bit cooler near the lake. Sunny and warm Friday with a high of 76. Saturday, a slight chance of a shower and partly sunny skies and a high of 74. Right now, Milwaukee at 57.
Idea Man.
Did I just hear you say 73 is too chilly? Did I just hear that?
Innovative.
You set your house for 72 or 73 because it's the most comfortable you could possibly have it.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
My question for you
Are you soft? Yes.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and by Kohler Services.
In the tent, he's hurt. He's hurt. Could not have been. Holy cow. I cannot believe this. I thought it was just an ankle. I thought we'd go tape it up and get him back in there. Come on. Man, three plays.
ESPN's Peyton Manning with the reaction that probably we all had to Aaron Rodgers' 4 plays and out debut with the New York Jets. Tausch, that about right?
Yeah, I think most of us, felt pretty sick for Aaron, and I know, there's Packer fans that were looking at it and saying, well, it's a bummer because you want 65%, but Twitter or X or whatever it was last night, I thought was pretty disgusting with some of the reactions that people had, with how dehumanized it was, and I think everybody, I understand not everybody loves Aaron Rodgers, but it just felt like there was a lot of people had things queued up to kind of get at him. So the injury and how that played out, from being an NFL football fan, the excitement and all of the offseason stuff, he might be one of the most interesting athletes that we have. And, in that New York market, it was going to be a fascinating process to watch unfold. So it feels like all of us as NFL fans were robbed of that potential, and I think a lot of us Packer fans were intrigued to see how he was going to do in New York. So the whole night kind of stunk from that end. If anybody, for all of us that like Aaron Rodgers and care about him off the field, it was a real bummer of a night. And from a football fan standpoint, it really stinks because one of the key storylines is over with.
I'm glad you brought that up, Tausch, because as a casual fan, I love my team. I watch every Packer game. I watch some other NFL games. You know how many Jets games I'm going to watch from here on out this season? Zero. And I was set to watch almost every one of them because I'm in it for the story, and the story's done.
Yeah, and again, it sucks for Aaron. It's going to be a long, grueling rehab, Achilles and, ACLs, those things that you're done for the season. And, at Aaron's age, there's going to be a lot of things he's going to have to think through, but I would be shocked if he doesn't push through in rehab. I just, knowing the competitor that he is, and I think the energy that he has, I'll be shocked if he isn't going to just attack this rehab and try to get back out there for next season. But yeah, Wildy and I would talk a lot about the intrigue of it, and most Packer fans were telling us that they're intrigued, but a lot of them are also saying, I don't care, it's gone.
Right.
But guessing most fans last night, Packer fans, were dialed in to watch because, A, it's just weird to see Aaron in that uniform, and B, you're always curious how things look when someone leaves. And I know I was in that camp. But, yeah, my Jets viewage will be dropped to probably about zero the rest of the way.
Games.
It's an amazing wide range of emotions and conflicting emotions that I think most of us ran through last night with it. I myself included, I fully admit, there's moments when you kind of almost smirked or laughed, and then others when you feel devastated about it. You just feel awful for the everything that's happened with it. It's just such a weird moment. I will say this, though, selfishly, and I feel bad saying this, Tausch, but selfishly, it'll be nice not to hear a comparison week after week after week after week.
Well, I mean, if you want to try and find positives from it, there's no doubt. I think Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers are going to be intertwined, and it was going to be just like when Devontae Adams was traded. It was, the receiving core did this, and Devontae put up these numbers. You're always, from a Packers standpoint, there was going to be that connection. Did we get the decision right? There's all of those questions that now you will not hear. So I guess if you want to look at it from a positive standpoint, that would be one angle you could look at.
Tausch, we touched on this earlier, but just talk about when you're talking about this isn't a 2 to 3, this isn't a 4 to 6, this isn't even a maybe back at the end of next season, or at end of this season, when your prospects of returning to the field aren't till like next season.
And you're 40.
Right? How hard psychologically is that rehab process? Look, we know his body can take whatever it can take, but how's the mind?
Yeah, that's the hardest part. And, I went through a couple of ACLs, which I think from a recovery standpoint is about the same as an Achilles. You're looking at 9 to 12 months typically. The physical part, you can set goals and you can kind of plug along. It's those down times when you're not on the road with your team and when you're kind of isolated. That's when it really wears on you. And you have to think, there are plenty of times, I think every athlete that goes through a big injury at the end of their career, is it worth it? Do I want to put all this work in for an unknown coming back? It's a very, very taxing on your psyche, and that's going to be one of the things Aaron's going to have to fight through.
Appreciate you, Tausch. We'll talk again tomorrow.
Sounds good, fellas.
Business headlines up next. Here's the Milwaukee Business Journal's Margaret Notchek.
Chicago-based Molson Coors Beverage Company continues to progress in the energy drink space. The company expands its partnership with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson through an increased investment in Zoa Energy. Zoa launched in January 2021. Milwaukee's Lush Popcorn is expanding with a second location in Milwaukee's River West neighborhood. The new spot will open at 920 East Locust Street. A grand opening is planned for September 22nd. Tina Quealy, who currently serves as the executive director of the Burke Foundation, will soon become the new CEO of the Betty Brinn Children's Museum. Her first day is October 2nd. I'm Margaret Notchek with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com. On News Radio, WTMJ.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. You ever ask yourself the question, what do I want to be known for? Do you know the answer? Are you in the right place to realize those aspirations? If not, LAK's Career Fit program can get you there. They'll work with you to create a roadmap to get you on a trajectory toward career fulfillment and renewed meaning in life, so you can truly discover what you were meant to do. Find out more about Career Fit. Visit transformingcareers.com. LAK Group, discover your human advantage.
The Brewers pennant race is heating up. Make sure you have a spot when October comes around. Get first dibs at postseason tickets with your 2024 season ticket plan. Not only will you get first access to Brewers postseason tickets, but season seat holders only enjoy exclusive benefits, the best seats, big savings on tickets, exclusive rewards, and more. Place a deposit now to be a part of the postseason and beyond at brewers.com/season tickets.
I'm not exaggerating when I say this. QC Kinetics can change your life. You can live again without that chronic joint pain and without drugs or surgery. Hey, it's Greg Mansick. QC Kinetics is advanced regenerative medicine. They take your body's own concentrated healing properties and put them right into your joint to restore and repair that damaged tissue that's causing all of that horrible pain. Patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Finally, a real alternative to the old ways of dealing with pain. And unlike surgery, there is no downtime with QC treatments. If you have constant pain in your knees knees, hips, shoulder, or back, you have to give a call and get a free consultation from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. Imagine this fall, moving around pain-free, doing the things you love again, like walking, hiking, and playing with the grandkids. Call QC Kinetics and see how the latest advances in precision regenerative medicine can attack your pain and bring you lasting relief. Now is the best time to get started, and they're right here in Milwaukee. Call 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Again, 414-285-3474.
Shop Ken Michaels Furniture for their once-in-a-year tent sale.
Craig Timber in Milwaukee is underway. And with a little bit of this.
Smoked out to left center field. Back goes Bellinger. Up into the stands. Yelich leads.
And a little bit of that.
In the air. Right center field. Weimer back. So is Frelick jumping and making
the Brewers look to keep the good times rolling as they set their hooks on the Marlins in the Brew City. Our Milwaukee-Miami radio coverage gets underway beginning at 6 o'clock tonight. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8:03, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Tuesday, September 12th. Our top story, Mitchell Park Dome's report could reveal the site's future.
I'm Eric Bilstead. It only lasted 4 snaps.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Eastbound on 94. We got an accident at 68th Street. It is off on the right, but delays are back through the Zoo interchange all the way past that point. Actually, it doesn't really let up till you get past 35th Street. We've also got southbound 43 hitting the brakes from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down to about Keefe. The northbound side is slow out of the Marquette towards the Keefe area. And then we've also got 894 northbound, an accident at the Zoo interchange on the right shoulder. Pretty hefty ride all the way up from the Hale interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast from meteorologist Brendan Johnson for today. High of just 66 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Chance for showers moving in this afternoon and into the evening. And chance for showers continues through tonight with a low down to 54. Right now our temp at 57. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Milwaukee County leaders set today to provide an update on the future of Milwaukee's Mitchell Park Domes. The County Parks Department manages the domes. It will present a final report about the next steps for that facility, which will consider multiple proposals, including demolishing all or some of the 3 domes. The Committee on Parks and Culture will begin their meeting 9 o'clock this morning. We'll be following the story closely right here on WTMJ.
A developing story out of Washington, D.C. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy now says he intends to support an impeachment inquiry against President Biden.
2 sources confirmed to CBS News that Speaker McCarthy will tell his fellow House Republicans this week that an impeachment inquiry is what he has called a logical next step amid 2 separate probes into President Biden and his son Hunter. The House Judiciary and Oversight Committees have been conducting investigations of Hunter Biden involving his business dealings and other matters. Speaker McCarthy is expected to meet with House Republicans during a closed-door session Thursday morning, where he is likely to say that the committee inquiries have uncovered enough information to move forward with an impeachment inquiry. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Former Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers left his first game with the New York Jets just 4 snaps in, due to what the team fears is an Achilles injury. Head coach Robert Saleh.
Concerned with his Achilles. MRI is probably going to confirm what we think is already going to happen, so prayers tonight, but it's not good.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher just with us on Wisconsin's Morning News. And even if the injury is season-ending, he thinks Rodgers' story is not done yet.
Knowing the competitor that he is, and I think the energy that he has, I'll be shocked if he isn't going to just attack this rehab and try to get back out there for next season.
X-rays taken at the stadium revealed no bone damage to Rodgers. The team says MRI results will determine next steps for once 12, now number 8.
Coming up, a search engine on trial.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 8:06.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures now open Saturdays 10 to 4.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With shorter days in the forecast, brighten up now with top quality lighting and ceiling fans at unbeatable prices. In our award-winning showroom, you'll see our new display of Visual Comfort brand lighting along with their newest LED lights and ceiling fans. We carry every major brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 10 to 4. We're located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Jason Rose is the president CEO of AccuRite Tax and Financial Services. They have document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
I think it's very accurate to call it a partnership because it's more of a relationship that you build up over time.
And your practice has had document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems for years.
Yeah, they know what you need, they know how to help, they're able to provide suggestions on future improvements or changes.
James Imaging Systems, a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed business technology company. Here for you today, helping you plan for the future.
It's a great deal. James Imaging is the real deal.
And Jason, the bottom line for your practice?
Keep us up and running, especially during tax season.
Keep your business up and running with document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Knowing how to manage your investments wisely to avoid your nest egg being eaten away by the tax man, all legally, of course, that's what sets us apart.
Financial strategies, a wiser way to build your wealth.
FinancialStrategiesInc.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
Hurricane Lee, right now, Category 3 storm. Maximum sustained winds of 115 miles an hour. National Hurricane Center does not expect any significant changes in the next 24 hours. Hurricane specialist John Signiolosi says Lee still poses hazards to the eastern U.S., even though it won't make landfall.
Rip currents are going to happen regardless of the exact track. In fact, they're already happening, and they're really up and down the east coast of the United States, at literally everywhere from central Florida through northeastern Maine.
And Lee actually peaked as a dangerous Category 5 hurricane with 165-mile-an-hour winds early Friday.
Google goes on trial today. The search engine, accessed by some 8.5 billion users every day, handling an estimated 99,000 queries per second, is accused of stifling competition and creating an online monopoly. ABC's Derek Dennis.
Columbia law professor Tim Wu says it's fine for Google and its parent company Alphabet to work to maximize profits.
But what's not allowed is to make a deal that locks other people out. And the allegation, at least, is that they didn't compete on the merits, that they spent their money to create kind of a fortress that no other competitor could reach anybody.
And the implications go far beyond Google into the growing artificial intelligence market.
It's kind of the elephant in the room. The question is going to be who gets to compete and how they get to compete in the artificial intelligence space. I think a lot of people will be watching for that.
Google describing the DOJ's lawsuit as deeply flawed.
You know, it's interesting. You said, here's the line, the search engine accessed by some 8.5 billion users daily. I just Googled the world population at 7.8 billion. So,
well, some people use it more than once.
Okay, but that's not a user. Like, I'm one user.
It is used 8.5 billion
I
times?
bet you that's closer.
That'd be better. Instead of users,
unless the rats got a hold of it.
Or the AI.
8:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Russ bought his first home in Wisconsin with a mortgage from AccuNet when today's college freshmen were still in diapers. A few Friday mornings ago, Russ emailed saying he and his wife were ready to buy their forever home. And by 4 o'clock, we were all on a conference call with their real estate agent talking about what it would take to write a winning offer in today's inventory-starved market. And then it happened. They met their dream home face-to-face Saturday afternoon and wrote an offer $15,000 over asking, accompanied by an AccuNet property-specific pre-approval letter that guaranteed they could make good on that offer without selling their existing home first and without requiring an appraisal. That's right, no appraisal required, which both the listing agent and seller loved. I can't promise your very first offer will be accepted like Russ and Julie's, but I will promise AccuNet can help you and your agent craft the most attractive offer possible. Hey, don't settle for a flimsy, unimaginative bank pre-approval. Get started with your rock-solid, guaranteed pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at ACCUNET.com.
The next time you're
Due for service, visit richlands.com to schedule an appointment at any of our 5 conveniently located facilities.
All AAA approved and all staffed by ASE certified technicians ready to serve you.
Richlands. Traffic sponsored by Wettiger Compressor, the Midwest air compressor experts. Visit pressureisoff.biz.
Wettiger Compressor salutes business owners who put the I can in American while treating their customers right.
Call up the boys at Wettiger Compressor.
Checking in with Debbie here at 8:12.
All right, we got an accident eastbound on 94 right about at 68th Street off on the right shoulder. They're still dealing with this other accident northbound on 894 right in the Zoo interchange. So those areas are going to be backed up. We've got some slowdowns on northbound 4394, basically stretching through the Mitchell interchange all the way up to about the KK River. Southbound 43 slowing down from Good Hope Road pretty much all the way down past Keefe. The northbound side heavy out of the Marquette up past Keefe. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy, chance of showers this afternoon and evening, high of 66 degrees. Low temperature down to 54 tonight with a chance of showers continuing under mostly cloudy skies. Right now 58 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
Bullseye! 8:13 on Wisconsin's Morning News. So good to be with you here on this Tuesday morning. Give me a chance to make this interesting, would you, E?
All right, how much time do I give you? Should I set a timer?
Okay, if at one point it gets uninteresting, you can tap out. We'll just end the segment.
The train sound there.
That's right. Time's up. Woot. Boat sound, whatever you got. No, this matters a great deal, but I grant you this is not something that's top of mind for most of us.
Totally agree with everything you just said. Yeah.
We're just going about our daily business. We're getting the kids off to school. You're on your way to work. You got your meeting that you got to be at. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Are you sitting here and grinding over the internal urination match that is going on in Madison over who is the chief of our elections in the state? You're probably not. I mean, listen to Scafidi and Sandy and Wagner, and you're really into politics and the back and forth and the chess match, the wonky inside baseball. Yeah, maybe. And I'm not saying there's not a segment of us who are into that sort of thing. But I think probably for most of us, this doesn't even matter. But just give me a chance here to try to make this relevant to you. Megan Wolf is the administrator for the Wisconsin Elections Commission, the elections chief for our state. It's an important job because she's the one who communicates out all the rules, all the guidance to your local clerk, wherever you live and wherever you cast your ballot. Those clerks are in communication with primarily Megan Wolf or that which she administers, the Wisconsin Elections Commission, about how we conduct elections. What have we talked about more than anything in the last 4 years, right? About how we go about conducting elections. So it's a really super important job. She and the commission have authority on even who ends up on the ballot and resolving all sorts of disputes thereof. Republicans want her out. Dems want her to stay. There are a host of reasons for that, and I'm going to proceed here without regard for your position on that. Maybe you like her, maybe you don't. Maybe you're on one side or the other of Megan Wolf is good for the commission, she's not. Without regard for that, the debate here that we're having in Madison, the crux of what's happening is not really so much opinions about her performance. It's sort of irrelevant to the debate that I want to focus on. Megan Wolf is appointed to a term, and her appointed term is up. A Senate committee controlled by Republicans, because they have the majority, voted Monday to recommend firing her. The full Senate, which has confirmation authority over the appointment to that position, is expected to take up the matter later this week. That's what our reporting is this
Thursday
morning.
Is the expectation.
So how things work at the legislature, right? Something that comes out of committee then goes before the full body. So the full Senate is expected to take it up this week. Here's the legal dispute. Megan Wolf has not, according to the state attorney general and the legislature's own attorneys, has not been reappointed to the position. She's not been nominated. Remember, I said the Senate has confirmation authority. So confirming a nominee or not confirming that nominee is one thing. Firing somebody is different. And so when Wolf's appointment came up for a vote before the Elections Commission earlier this year, she failed to get a majority of the commission to reappoint her. Republicans voted for her, hoping to force these very confirmation hearings, which we're having, and these votes. Democrats on the commission, hoping to avoid that, abstained from the vote. There are 6 members of the Elections Commission. You have only 3 votes here in favor of reappointment. Democrats say that fails, therefore, to be a majority of the commission's votes. You need 4 for that, for reappointment. So essentially, they're arguing, we actually haven't nominated her for the job. She has the job. Her term expired, but she's not been nominated for reappointment. So how can you hold confirmation hearings for a nominee who's not nominated? I think that's fascinating.
You can't, would be the argument, right?
Sure. Now, they're hoping, absent a newly appointed and confirmed administrator, that Wolf just stays in the post. Okay, there's no new person there. She stays until a new person is appointed, but that hasn't happened, so she just stays. Sort of de facto is the choice, and things continue on as normal. So ultimately what's going to happen is if the Senate were to vote to kick her out, a lawsuit will surely be filed. Mm-hmm. That will ultimately reach the state Supreme Court, which now swings 4-3 liberal, and you do the math on that. In the meantime, you've got the 2024 election on the doorstep, an elections commission in limbo now, and perhaps for the foreseeable litigious future.
And again, we are moving our state forward.
I don't know who's right in terms of the legalese. You have varying legal opinions. Obviously, Republicans who control the body say that, no, I mean, the 3 votes, she was put forward. Maybe they're going to argue that abstaining votes aren't the same as no votes.
I just can't imagine. Can you imagine having a job like that where you don't know whether or not you're going to work for another week, 2 weeks, 8 months,
she just keeps going to work.
Right?
Didn't Kramer do that? Didn't he go to work for a job he didn't have, right? Then they tried to fire him, and he's like, well, I don't even really work here.
Right.
He's like, well, that's what makes this so difficult. Right. Or Costanza quit once and then unquit. Mm-hmm. Like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, I didn't quit. See, I said this was serious, and then I made it about Seinfeld. So now I destroyed my own argument. But you didn't buzz me out. Was that interesting?
Yeah. You did good.
So that's happening. What was Thursday? You said the Senate
Thursday is the scheduled expected vote by the full state Senate, and which, of course, leads GOP. They lead that group. So
Thursday afternoon, expect that lawsuit to be filed.
Right.
It won't take long.
If not before, somehow.
8:19 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
Time to check in with Mark Cass, editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal.
There's a big need for money in Milwaukee.
Entertainment.
Matt Miller from OnMilwaukee.com.
I've had enough Aaron Rodgers to last me a lifetime.
And more.
We got a busy show today.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
What's that sound?
That's the sweet sound of you, small business owner, not having to worry about cybersecurity.
Sounds nice.
U.S. Cellular is offering cybersecurity protection with unlimited data for $29.99 per line.
Does that include protection from phishing?
Of course, unless you mean like the kind. Get cybersecurity protection with unlimited data for $29.99. U.S. Cellular, built for business, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. I want to introduce you to Dr. Alex Young. He's at Connect Chiropractic in Wauwatosa. Been going there for weeks. Doc, I told you I've done chiro on and off for all of my adult life. I used to call it going to the neck cracker. And I know that spooks a lot of people, but you guys do it differently than anybody I've worked with before.
Absolutely. We're a neurologically based chiropractic office, and we use a technique called torque release technique. That means there's no twisting, no cracking, no popping. We use an instrument for all of our adjustments. It's very gentle, very specific. It allows us to address that master control of the body, that nervous system.
Well, and let's talk a little bit more about that, because I think when folks hear chiropractic care, they think, I got a sore neck, I got a sore back, and that's what it is. And it is that, but that's just the tip of the iceberg of the conditions that you can treat with regular chiropractic care.
Absolutely. Patients in our office report changes with things like headaches, migraines, numbness, tingling, sciatica, sleep issues, energy levels. And the cool thing is, too, we don't sell supplements. We don't sell you devices to take home. We don't try to cover up those symptoms. We're not going to hook you up to machines while you're in our office. We focus solely on those adjustments to get your nervous system functioning better. And when we get that master control of the body functioning better, we can see improvements with everything your imagination can think of.
I want to give you a chance to talk about your scheduling system as well. Everything is app-based. It's right there on the phone. I've changed appointment times maybe an hour out even. I mean, it's so convenient, and you really make it easy to get in and out.
Absolutely. After that initial evaluation, our appointments only take about 10, 15 minutes. We're super flexible with that app, so you can move appointments around. Some people move appointments multiple times throughout a single day when meetings come up or they get out of work early. We try to be really flexible so that you can get through life. We know people have kids, jobs, all
of those things. No doubt. Thanks, Dr. Alex. Definitely feeling better already. Connect Chiropractic in Wauwatosa. Make your initial appointment online. GoConnectChiro.com. Tell them Vinny sent you. It's GoConnectChiro.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
Checking in with Debbie here at 8:22. What's happening, Deb?
Well, we got an accident, on the northbound side of the bypass, right about in the Zoo interchange, so heads up with that. An earlier accident, 94 eastbound at 68th Street, looks to have been cleared out of the way. Still seeing delays from 84th Street through the stadium. And then we've also got an accident now northbound on the Rock Freeway, right heading into the Hale interchange. Looks like the left lane is blocked, so just watch out for those backups. Otherwise, very heavy along southbound 43, Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down to Locust. The northbound side is slow from the Marquette up past Keefe. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Hey, Debbie, you know how we posted video of that entity you inadvertently captured?
Quote-unquote entity?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So a couple of texters saying they can't see it.
Yeah, check my Twitter. It's at @D_LA, L-A. And you can actually see it a little bit better on the Twitter.
Oh, no, we have it we have your Twitter account embedded in the story.
But you can see like a little thread thing fly past my face.
See, what's funny is Eric couldn't see it on his phone, but I saw it fine on mine.
Yeah.
So maybe you just got to tweak that contrast a little bit.
Just text the word GHOST. The Old National Bank talking text line. We have Debbie's Twitter on there, 855-616-1620. Text the word GHOST, and you can see the piece of lint float by.
Is it lint, or is it like maybe a fly?
It's not lint.
My husband says it was a piece of dust, and I'm like, really? It's
not that either.
String.
The best part is just your face.
All
of a sudden, you see something. And by the way, we did get a texter earlier who said that his cameras have captured things. He's going to send us some stuff tomorrow.
Oh, cool! Let's check that out. I'm still trying to do some research on this property here, but I've only gone back to like the 1800s, where it used to be like an old Woolworth or something. So I'm going to try and see if I can go even further back. Like, let's check to see if there's an old Indian burial ground or something under here.
So old Woolworth, several soda jerks were buried under the property.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
As they used to call them back in the day.
Hey, big day today. We might learn more about the financing for the Mitchell Park domes.
I don't know. I've heard this story 307 times in the last 10 years.
So there's nothing
New
today.
report due out on this. New report due out. Enough with the reports.
So
when are we going to decide something?
Their buildings are deteriorating, as we know, so a meeting is supposed to be held today that could move us closer to a potential decision on the future of the dome.
Our news report earlier said they were going to look at multiple options, including tearing down the domes. Also said one or more of. What are you going to leave just one of them?
No, that wouldn't make sense, would it?
That is not one of the choices. It can't be.
Just get rid of all of them and build a brand new dome?
Well, here's the other thing, too. Even just tearing them down, if that's all you wanted to do,
that's expensive.
That's a huge cost. Look, one of the reasons that Northridge is still standing.
It's surplus money.
Right, that's right. No, you can't. I mean, even if you tore it down and filled it with gravel, there's still a huge cost for that. Your alternative, I suppose, is to just leave it there, close it, let it sit and rot.
We're just going to leave everything just sit and rot and not do anything with it.
And then that becomes Northridge?
Right. Then it'll be argued 20 years from now about what to do with the site.
Then there'll be a series of stories over the next decade of an investor thinks he wants to buy the Mitchell Park domes and then doesn't, and then...
Meanwhile, the safety building is where at this point?
Like crumbling.
Yeah, just falling apart.
I don't know where I stand on this, to be honest with you. I have an emotional connection, as so many of us do, to the Mitchell Park domes, right? And I have visited there. So many people have the story of, we took a field trip there once when I was a kid, or I went once with my family, and I've never been back, but I still like them. For me, I rediscovered the domes when my kids were little. Mm-hmm. We would go at least once a year, if not twice. So, I certainly have an emotional connection to that property. We've enjoyed it. It's like $6 to get in most times. It's a bargain. Kids are even less. So I like it, but with all the needs that the county has, when you're looking at the county, but for now the sales tax increase bordering on bankruptcy, we have to look at the park system in its entirety, all of that land, all the needs that it has. Is it worth pouring 70, 80? That price tag is going to keep going up. $90 million into restoring this.
Well, I'm embarrassed to say this, but are there moments when you have to decide how many different venues for this type of purpose are necessary? I know they're not all the same, but we have a brand new Milwaukee Public Museum. We have Discovery World. We have the Art Museum. We have the zoo. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is
Children's Museum is trying to enter into a new space.
Right. And I would love it. I want nothing more than a brand new dome situation. But you do have to wonder about, attendance and viability after the fact also.
And you look at there are other things within the county that are, black items on the ledger in terms of making money. Golf, and I always come back to this because that happens to be my hobby. They make money off of me. And the money they make off of me playing golf and paying fees, because it's a pay-to-play, goes to subsidize other people's hobbies, and that doesn't feel too fair to me. I'm willing to pay, sure, but my hobby sustains itself.
Yeah, but if I go to the museum, I have to pay for that, right?
Yeah,
if I go,
right. So others also are self-sustaining to a degree. If this is not self-sustaining, you also have to look at that.
Oh, I got you.
And again, I've been a paying customer. You jack up the rates. I don't think that's enough. Okay, it's $10 to get in instead of $6. That's not going to raise you $70 million in order to fix it.
They're swimming in a pool of coins. The surplus pool is alive and well. You could easily pull a couple of gallons out and pay for it that way.
8:28, so that report out this morning.
Nothing, not even going to respond.
No, because it's a non-starter. They won't even do it. They won't even pay for the ballpark, much less the domes.
And by the way, that's supposed to come out this week maybe. Within the next week, we should have a ballpark plan.
A plan, a proposal that will be debated.
Yes.
8:28 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. When it comes to memory care and assisted living, you want a team that knows compassion and empathy. That's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I know, my grandma's in assisted living. I have an aunt, one of my favorite aunts, right now in memory care. At Azura, they specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They provide additional daily living assistance for those with cognitive decline. 14 locations in Wisconsin, AzuraLiving.com, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. The teams I trust are at Azura. AzuraLiving.com.
Vince Vitrano here for LAK Group. Do you find yourself at a career crossroads, wondering if you're on the right path? Boy, I certainly did. And I'm glad I have my friends Mike Milstead, Mike Grubich, they're partners at LAK Group. Glad I have them in my life because I did consult them before I made one of the biggest career moves I've ever made, moving over here to do radio instead of doing TV. I talked to these guys before that. They put me through the paces. Talked with Grubich, asked him all the questions. He asked me a series of questions back. That's what this exploration process is like. I hear from so many people. They're wondering whether or not they're on the right track. Let these guys help you. LAK Group's Career Fit program, that might be a really good fit for you. No matter where you are in your career, always an opportunity to change. LAK Group works with you. They develop a roadmap for your career. They help you realize your true mission. Reach your full potential and discover renewed meaning in your life and career. Find out more about Career Fit. It's at transformingcareers.com. That's transformingcareers.com. LAK Group. Discover your human advantage.
Exergen thermometers are the #1 choice of medical professionals at top-ranked hospitals. Accuracy matters. Available at Walmart and Walgreens. Learn more at Exergen.com.
8:30, I'm Adam Roberts. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Tuesday, September 12th. Your top story, an upcoming report could lay out the future of the Mitchell Park domes.
I'm Debbie Loziga, northbound on 894. We had an earlier accident right in the zoo. That has finally been cleared out of the way. We do still have delays right in the zoo interchange itself. We also got an accident, though, on northbound 43, the Rock Freeway, right in the Hale interchange. Looks like the left lane is blocked because of this. Southbound 43 slowing way down from Good Hope Road all the way down past Locust. The northbound side is going to be slow out of the Marquette up past Keefe. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy in your storm team forecast for today. A chance of afternoon showers, a high around 66. Cloudy, chance of showers overnight as well, a low around 54. Currently 57 degrees and partly cloudy in Milwaukee at 8:31. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, been talking about it this hour, and about a half hour from now, Milwaukee County leaders will provide an update on the future of the Mitchell Park domes. The County Parks Department, which manages the property, will present a final report about next steps for the domes, which will consider multiple proposals, including demolishing all or some of the three. The Committee on Parks and Culture will begin their meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. We'll follow along and provide more updates on WTMJ. A Wisconsin professor working on resources for teachers for teaching 9/11 22 years after the attacks.
Education professor at UW-Madison, Jeremy Stoddard, tells WTMJ how his teaching guide for 9/11 came about.
Here's a model that we can do today, 20-some years later, knowing that the textbook versions of these events aren't necessarily accurate and were written with the assumption that people would remember it still.
Stoddard worked on the guide with his colleague and dean of the Ed School, Diana Hess, surveying teachers on how they taught the subject as part of the research.
Teachers who were teaching at the time or who were, say, in high school and college have these really strong, visceral feelings still, and that's one of the things that they want to get across to students.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Stoddard says teaching the context of 9/11 as history allows kids to ask questions and process the impact of the attacks. To sports, former Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers leaving his first game with the Jets after just 4 snaps due to what the team fears is an Achilles injury. Head coach Robert Saleh after the game.
Concerned with his Achilles. MRI is probably going to confirm what we think is already going to happen, so prayers tonight, but it's not good.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher telling Wisconsin's Morning News that even if the injury is season-ending, he thinks Rodgers' story isn't done just yet.
Knowing the competitor that he is, and I think the energy that he has, I'll be shocked if he isn't going to just attack this rehab and try to get back out there for next season.
X-ray results revealing no bone damage to Rodgers. The team says MRI results will determine their next steps. And Wisconsin Badger athletics continuing to make their imprint on the Milwaukee area ahead of tomorrow's big volleyball matchup between the top-ranked Badger women and Marquette. AD Chris McIntosh and other staff will be volunteering at Guest House of Milwaukee today, an organization providing services to the area's homeless population. The increased presence launched earlier this summer for the Badgers as part of a year-long billboard campaign in the Milwaukee area, highlighting UW athletics and their connection to Southeast Wisconsin. The Badgers will also be hosting a pep rally before their matchup tomorrow at the Mecca Sports Bar and Grill in Deer District. Time for news about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Right now at the opening bell, stocks are in the red. The Dow Jones down 0.15% this morning. The S&P and the NASDAQ also down. Gold is down on the morning. Oil is up. It's time for your retirement investment strategy review coming from a fee-only fiduciary. Head to annexwealth.com and click on the Get Started button now. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 8:34.
Coming up, big announcement from a famous Milwaukee couple. That's next.
Traffic is sponsored by Harwood Place Senior Living. Visit Harwood Place Retirement Living's newly renovated apartments and updated pricing options at their September 13th Ice Cream Social and Open House. RSVP or schedule a tour at harwoodplace.org.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No. We tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our client's best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
You're just going to have to live with it. That's what I told myself. And if you can believe it, that's what the doctors told me.
Since Andy was a boy, he had health issues, which later we would find were primarily due to his trouble breathing. So for 36 years, Andy lived with about 85% blockage in his nose. He had to breathe through his mouth, because when he tried to breathe through his nose, it felt like he was being suffocated. It affected his sleep, his work life, and his ability to play sports. And he wasn't going to let it ruin his life anymore. So he came to Advent. As bad as it was, his problem required a simple solution. In-office balloon sinuplasty and turbinate reduction. Procedures you won't find offered by big box healthcare. This is Dr. Madan Kandula. It's definitely possible that your nasal breathing problems have a simple solution too. You can hear Andy's story in his own words at adventknowsandy.com and begin on your path to breathing well and living better.
Results may vary.
8:37 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Milwaukee's most famous couple, is that fair?
Yeah, probably. Who's bigger? Nobody in Milwaukee's bigger than this guy.
That's true.
Right? So, by virtue, his relationship is on the top of the celebrity
the
watch.
First family, right? Milwaukee's first family. Anyway, Giannis is about to be a daddy to a baby girl. So Buck star Giannis Antetokounmpo.
2 boys, right?
He's got 2 boys with his fiancée Maria Riddlespringer. They are now expecting another baby. They made the announcement yesterday. They were at a Milwaukee diaper mission event on Monday, and Maria did her pregnancy so far.
I'm feeling good. I'm on my feet. Went to the zoo yesterday. Had a good walk around. So I'm pushing through, but it's amazing. I'm very excited. It's our third. Our other 2 boys are excited, so we'll see how it goes.
So at this point, she answered the question about being pregnant again and looking forward to having a baby girl. So then everyone kind of turns, looks to Giannis like, hey,
and what do you got?
Yeah, what are you going to say?
To talk about the pregnancy too, I feel like...
And he's doing a great job. He gets me ice cream when I want it and everything else.
Yeah. I feel like a butler, Have you ever been in a hotel that you have a butler? That's what I am. I have the towel right here. What do you need? You need ice cream, you need this, That's what I do. But no, this is exciting. We want to have a big family. I know my 2 boys gonna be extremely excited to meet their little sister and protect her and spend time with her and play with her and grow up with her. So we're excited.
Don't you want this family to stay here forever?
Yes, forever. I was having exactly that thought when I'm listening to both of them talk.
Have them go to school here.
And her saying, "Yeah, we're just out at the zoo today, just like anybody else."
Yeah. So Riddlespringer, she sits on the board for the Milwaukee Diaper Mission. So that was a big event yesterday. It began 3 years ago now. Just an FYI, more than 1 million diapers have been distributed to Milwaukee families through that mission. So
and that's awesome.
Congratulations to the Antetokounmpos, who are also engaged now, too.
Also, just to listen to them interact as a couple, Giannis is a global superstar, a planetary superstar. But in that relationship, he's just the husband-to-be
and
the dad.
Ice cream? How can I help you?
You better take care of that. Mm-hmm. Exactly. 8:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I'm not exaggerating when I say this. QC Kinetics can change your life. You can live again without that chronic joint pain and without drugs or surgery. Hey, it's Greg Mansick. QC Kinetics is advanced regenerative medicine. They take your body's own concentrated healing properties and put them right into your joint to restore and repair that damaged tissue that's causing all of that horrible pain. Patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Finally, a real alternative to the old ways of dealing with pain. And unlike surgery, there is no downtime with QC treatments. If you have constant pain in your knees, hip, shoulder, or back, you have to give a call and get a free consultation from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. Imagine this fall, moving around pain-free, doing the things you love again, like walking, hiking, and playing with the grandkids. Call QC Kinetics and see how the latest advances in precision regenerative medicine can attack your pain and bring you lasting relief. Now is the best time to get started, and they're right here in Milwaukee. Call 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Again, 414-285-3474.
Where are we putting that money, and why are we putting it there? At Financial Strategies, you'll get answers to those questions to understand our approach. And the answers are going to be based on what we've learned about you. We're very engaged with our clients so that what we do for them fits their particular needs. But there are other things that we do that are equally important to the investment management portion of our services. I can't express how important it is to control the things you can control. At the end of the day, most investment managers will end up yielding similar overall returns. But knowing how to manage them wisely to avoid your nest egg being eaten away by the tax man, all legally of course, well, that's what I truly believe sets us apart. This is Jim Cantrell with Financial Strategies, Inc., and we can show you a wiser way to build your wealth. So go to financialstrategiesinc.com and schedule a no-cost consultation.
Financial strategies, a wiser way to build your wealth.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Super happy with my brand new patio door and the big windows that go on either side of it. In fact, I was so happy the other day I texted Gina Della. So, right, you hear Gina on our radio station all the time. I did. I sent her a couple of before and afters. I'm like, I just want to make sure you saw this. And I just want to tell you, this is random weekday evening or Saturday morning or whatever it was. And I just want to tell you, I can't stop staring out these gorgeous windows.
Isn't that amazing how that works? Just how happy it makes you feel.
Right, you just walk by, you can't help but stare out there. She texted back, "This makes my heart very, very full." I'm so happy you love everything. And we absolutely do. If you want to get in on this action, these are quality products from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, whether you're talking windows, whether you're talking to a new exterior front door maybe, or a beautiful patio door. They can make it affordable. You can pay as low as $19 a month per window, $75 a month per patio door. They have 6.99% APR financing for up to 120 months. Certain restrictions do apply, so you want to see the showroom for details. And this offer ends at the end of the month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly, Continental, General, you name it, we got it.
Plus, free flat tire repair, free tire rotations, and more.
So when you're due for tire service, schedule it at richlawns.com.
That's Richlawns with 2 N's.
Richlawns.
Traffic is sponsored by Wenninger Compressor, ready to service any facility at pressureisoff.biz. Wenninger Compressor carries high-performance, top-of-the-line compressors. Many offer a lifetime warranty and 60-day return policy. Contact Wenninger at pressureisoff.biz.
Checking in with Debbie here at 8:43.
All right, we still have this accident in the Hale interchange on the Rock Freeway northbound on the ramp to get onto northbound 894. Looks like the left lane is blocked with that. So we got backups all the way to Highway 100 at this point. Not too horribly bad, but it's just something to keep in mind. Northbound 4394 slowing right around the playing field curve. Starts to let up once you get past Oklahoma Avenue. Southbound 43 is going to be a bit slow, basically from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down to about Locust. Right now, from Brown Deer Road to downtown, we're at a 24-minute ride. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
Just about 8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News this Tuesday morning. I'm looking out of the corner of my eye. Today Show has these kids on. Craig Melvin's got this kid in the control room. It's a field trip.
Yeah.
Third grade field trip on today is the line that they're saying. All these kids, they had some sitting on the desk.
That's risky. Putting kids on TV, that is
always
a risky venture.
Kids and animals, man. You never know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wondering, I bet you those kids, so this looks like a third grade class from a real nice school, and they're all in there in the different parts of the Today Show. I bet you some of these kids told their parents when they left, hey, today's our field trip to the Today Show. I'm going to be on TV. You're not going to be on TV. You're going to sit in the back. They're going to put you in
wave from the window, maybe.
Right. Here they are. They're on TV.
They're on.
They're all over the place.
In fact, almost on too much.
Almost like we're okay. Yes. You're all very cute. No, I don't know. Maybe Savannah conducted a very in-depth interview with those kids.
She did. So she was on going back and forth with these kids. I do not know if she was doing what she's known for. She can be a pretty provocative interviewer.
Just hammering them.
Yeah.
You said before your favorite color was green. Now you're saying it's blue. I mean, which one is it?
You're coming off a little catty right now.
Yeah, which one is it, Timmy?
All right. So there is some news to pass along regarding North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. He is now on Russian soil, and he's expected to meet the president of Russia in the coming days, Vladimir Putin. He took his train ride all the way to Russia.
After a lengthy train ride in that so-called luxury armored train, Kim is set to be welcomed by Vladimir Putin, possibly in Vladivostok, where the two men met in 2019.
Yeah, so don't have a time exactly on when that'll happen, but Martha Raddatz says in the coming days, those two will have another photo op moment and shaking hands, smiling for the cameras.
So in addition to this being about just poking at the West, right, which maybe is all that comes of this, right? These two guys just get together.
Yeah,
you know,
just to get attention.
It's really going to bother everybody in the Western world. We're going to get together and have a meeting, and they're going to lose their minds over it. And they probably don't say it out loud to one another, but they both know it.
Are they, though? Like, here's what... So you said that the State Department's concerned about this. Here's spokesman Matthew Miller talking about this upcoming meeting.
Obviously, it means that he is having trouble sustaining the military effort, and so is looking for help.
Yeah, so he's begging for help is basically what Matthew Miller is saying.
We're trolling back on him.
Putin is doing, yeah.
Well, it is about weapons. I mean, as far as our intelligence can understand or predict, it sounds like what President Putin needs in Russia is conventional weapons as he wages this heretofore conventional war with Ukraine. By conventional, we mean guns, bombs, things like that, non-nuclear. Kim Jong-un has plenty of that stuff because they're not in a hot war with anyone. They're seemingly at war with the entire Western world. They're certainly, I don't necessarily declare it a state of war, but there's certainly agitators with the South and with Japan. So, but that's a Cold War. They don't actually do anything. They're not engaged in battle. Basically what North Korea does is just fires some missiles to make everybody nervous.
Right.
Launch some ballistic
attention,
missiles, test a nuke or something like that. And what North Korea is desperately behind on is the technology. How do we get our intercontinental ballistic missiles to be more reliable, to fly further? How do we get our nuclear technology up to speed? I mean, they're decades behind the rest of the world on that. But they got plenty of stuff that Putin needs, right? They can make all the conventional bombs they want. So these two can help each other. There certainly is that.
So then there's one more story quickly that's making the news now out of Pennsylvania. So this is that story about the man, the convicted murderer who's on the loose in Pennsylvania. He's been on the loose for nearly 2 weeks now.
First time I heard about this was when we were out east dropping my daughter off at college, and we had to go all the way across the state of Pennsylvania. Right. And the day we were leaving to do that, my wife says, like, hey, they've got all these warnings out, like you're supposed to watch out for this guy.
There are people in Chester County, Pennsylvania, being told to shelter in place. They believe this guy's armed now.
We are hearing that residents reported shots fired in this area, maybe 5 or 6 shots. We haven't heard anything yet, but that's what residents are reporting.
So there's reports now that a homeowner fired at him, shot at him. We've seen ring camera of this guy. They think he's got like the homeowner's rifle now and a scope. They have no idea what this guy is doing next, but they seem to be closing in on wherever he might be.
Okay, so if you're in an entanglement with this guy, obviously you do what you have to do to protect yourself. I'm sure they're a little bit nervous, too, in this part of Pennsylvania. We don't want homeowners just blasting at the guy either.
But what
like
do you
if he's running through your backyard, don't just grab your rifle.
When you say, hey, guy is armed and dangerous, he's in your neighborhood, stay in your home, then
I suppose
that's going to put everyone on edge a little bit.
You asked before, like, what's going to happen with this rifle? I mean, he needed to arm himself to protect himself. He's already committed murder. He's obviously capable of that.
Right.
Obviously, you don't know whether or not he's been able to get food somewhere.
I feel like they're closing in on him. He's likely going to end up becoming very desperate, and God willing, this ends peacefully. But you wonder if there's going to be some violence here that stems from this as they get closer and closer to him. He's going to. I mean, he's been out there this long. He ain't going in without a fight.
Well, that's just exactly it. And as well, he has no prospects. This is all or bust, right? Because if he's taken back into custody, that's that. Right? So you hope it doesn't come down to that, and it does get a little bit frightening. But, right, that latest news that a homeowner had actually shot at the guy, he keeps popping up on these various surveillance videos. So hopefully you're right, E, that this comes to a conclusion sooner rather than later. 8:50 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me as we count down to the RNC in Milwaukee. We'll talk to the biggest names across the political landscape. Ronna McDaniel, she is the chair of the Republican National Committee.
The American public really wants to see what Republicans are putting forward and what our plan is to turn the tide.
Full podcast available on WTMJ.com or text RNC to the Old National Bank talk and text line 855-616-1620 and get a link sent directly to you. It's the countdown to the RNC podcast, only here on WTMJ.
John Deere in Horicon is hiring press operators. Nothing beats their wage and benefits package. Full-time press operators pay no premiums for family health insurance, meaning they can take home hundreds more each month. With $23 to $25 per hour to start, a $1,000 sign-on bonus, annual wage increases, potential bonuses, 401k with company match, and more, nothing says you've arrived like a job at John Deere Horicon Works. So apply now at deere.com/Horicon.
Want to recharge your bank account? At Potawatomi Casino Hotel, power up your play with Power Hour Fridays. Just play your favorite games Friday afternoons this August through September. Win a $10,000 jackpot, and everyone playing slots also